It's
I'm
fascinating.
sure it was.
Yeah. What's up there? No haircut?
No haircut now. Oh,
Get a
no.
haircut.
No way, Mum. Look at that. Look at it. Lovely. Look at it. So, how are you two anyway?
All good.
Yeah.
Very good. That's what we like to hear on
Yeah.
a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Hey, did you realise it was 7:50 this week? Are we meant to have people on?
Yeah,
this?
that's why I said on the chat, are we doing something special?
I know.
Too late.
7:50.
Too late.
Too late now. It's too late.
Too late. Not doing anything now.
No, it's too late, man. But I did think about it and then I forgot about it. You know what like you do.
Oh, wait,
Well,
no,
I
I didn't
didn't-
send it on the chat. Where did I send it? I thought I sent it. Oh, I sent it on the email above the link. I said, hey, next week's 7:50. Should we do something special?
Oh, don't look at that.
Sorry, listeners. I tried to make this occasion a special moment where we could come together in the spirit of solidarity and joy and love.
Yeah,
And Stu and Chinny basically told me,
Fuck yourself.
I did. Love ever after.
oh, there you go.
Yeah. As long as we love each other, that's the main job, isn't it, really?
I think we do have to do a draw though.
Why
Do we?
not?
Oh, okay then.
Isn't that something we do on every 50th show?
Yeah.
Oh, we established that was going to happen.
Yeah. So we probably still do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're on the YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm
we're ready.
recording. Are we going to start this?
I think so.
Chinny, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Born ready.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Yeah, baby, here we go.
I'm not a nerd, I'm a video game enthusiast.
Yo, to the veteran gamers, Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite savior. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Yeah, boy.
Guard your ears!
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat. Yo.
They're giving you thousands of hours of entertainment for free. What could they possibly owe you? I mean, if anything, you owe them.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to episode 750 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 750, and the episode is nothing special, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm Stu, I guess.
I'm Duke.
Yeah, I'm Chinny. Every 50 episodes we get people on, but we didn't realise it was 50.
Yeah, we forgot all about it.
forgot,
We were just like, oh yeah.
Two
that
of
was-
us forgot. Don't. What's this wee shit?
wow.
I said in the email last week, it's special 750 next time. Should we do something special? And these two turd blossoms went.
To be fair, right, I kind of remembered it and kind of forgot again. I was like,
Well,
oh yeah.
it's all right, listeners. Stu kind of remembered that it's
I
special.
kind of remembered it. And
That's
I
all
was
right.
like,
What are we even missing out on? Here's what happens when we have a special episode. Oh, we get an endless parade of people who are like, oh, yeah, I like listening. I really appreciate you having me on. Here's to 750 more.
wow, that's a good appreciation of all those listeners who listened to the last 750 shows, Duke. Though.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear
I'll
that
tell you what
shit?
they can do. Yeah, really.
Oh no,
Uh,
we got another copyright strike.
He was on the video.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to tell him to go.
We're
and
not
fuck
military
themselves,
veterans,
to
by
be
the way.
fair.
We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Yeah. We stream on the
Yeah.
internet.
Sometimes,
Sometimes.
if we can remember to do it. Actually, we've never
Yeah.
forgotten, have we? We've never forgotten to do the show. We might forget it's like a
Well, no, of
special
course
episode.
not. This is because we're in a death spiral, and it's just like, Sunday, time to do the show.
And we're old.
Okay, here we go.
We're old, aren't we? That's
I don't-
it.
You know, like I don't even think about it anymore. I'm just like, oh, okay, Sunday. I
You're as
suppose-
old as you feel.
suppose you have to do the
Here's
show.
what I don't get. I got a story time. You ready?
Oh, here we go.
time. It's story time.
Here we go.
Story time.
I want to know why nobody gave me money when
Oh.
I posted my video content. I was cleaning up and posting on videos, and nobody paid me any money. Were you cleaning? What equipment were you cleaning, Duke? Were you cleaning the air ducts, the air conditioning
Yeah,
equipment?
what were you-
No,
what were
only
you cleaning?
fans. I was cleaning the fans, OnlyFans, and nobody posted. I put OnlyFans, and it was like I thought
I see
everyone would
what
be
you
giving me
did there.
money. I hear
Wow.
you get OnlyFans.
Well,
It's-
you see, Duke.
Wow.
You see, Duke.
Right.
Editing videos isn't a real job according to Stu.
No,
Apparently
whoa,
not.
No, whoa. Just a minute. Can I just
Well,
clarify?
don't misrepresent him, Chinny. Come on.
Can I just clarify?
Can I? Yeah, come on.
As far as Mike's concerned, it is a job because he's got professional qualifications, got a degree and all that stuff. Went to university for how many years, Mike? How many years
Oh,
you go to
So if you
university?
don't have a college degree, then it's not real work.
No,
Same job.
if you're not qualified to do it, then it's not a professional job, is it? Because Mike's a professional.
Well,
He's
that's
just
not
got
what
a
you said last
professional-
week about
So,
professional.
well,
jobs.
just a minute, Duke. Just a minute then. So, is it okay for just someone to teach people, even if they haven't got a degree?
Yes,
like,
of course. People
Really?
teach each other all day, every day.
No, no.
Let
In
me
a
teach you how to
school,
change the oil in
an-
this car.
In an educational setting, would that be fine for someone to be paid to be a teacher who hasn't got the qualifications to be a teacher?
There are people who are special education
No,
assistants.
I'm not. No,
in
I'm
this
not.
country.
No,
They're
no, no. That's
substitute
not.
teachers.
That isn't. No, but substitute teachers, I would expect to have the same qualifications, but they just
What?
do it.
Okay,
like on
well,
a,
welcome to
an
the United
agency
States,
basis.
where anybody with a pulse can go in and be a
Well,
substitute
that's fine,
teacher.
but in this country, if you're a standing teacher, you've still
Ooh,
got to
we
have the
like our
qualifications.
educators to have qualifications. I'll bet you give
So-
healthcare to everybody over there too, don't you?
Well, that's
Ridiculous.
also true. So would you
Ah.
expect a doctor in a hospital to be okay to do it because he's read a
This
few
escalated
books on
quickly.
YouTube and like
Nobody's
you know?
disputing that you need
read stuff on
qualifications to teach
Google.
and be a doctor. Yes, of course.
Well, then it's the same
I
thing.
can't believe we're
Mike,
starting out with this bullshit again.
Mike is qualified to do his job because he's
Thanks a lot,
studied.
Chinny.
you're welcome.
And
I
he
just like to
spent a lot of
stir it up
time.
and let it go.
Do you know what I mean? So
I was
just
approached.
saying.
I was approached by somebody in real life and said,
Alright.
"Stu sounded really old." Last week.
Well, that is true. That is true. But,
All right,
but I'm
well,
just saying.
now we're letting it go. Thank
people
you for
do work
everybody for your
hard, and they go
interpretations.
to college, and they go to university, and they get
This
all the qualifications
conversation
they
can
need.
serve no purpose anymore.
And these
it
YouTubers
was
don't do
recently
fuck all. They don't do fuck all.
It
they
was
just play
recently
games.
Teacher Appreciation Week, and I got the best card I've ever gotten. This was a couple weeks ago, actually. Some people may have seen it on the Facebook or Threads or whatever. This person wrote that I've been very helpful to them, and sorry, I keep having to clear my throat.
Hello.
He's having a good cough
Having a
there,
good
I'm
cough.
reckoning.
Whoa.
He's having a good cough. It's fine. Having a right
So
good
anyway,
clear that
yeah, they
phlegm.
said I've been very helpful, and especially the things that I was trying to teach them about, like, you know, let the past be the past, let the future be what it is, enjoy this moment for what it is. And then at the end of the card, they wrote, "You were my Mr. Bergstrom."
Ah,
And
cool,
anybody
lad.
who knows The Simpsons knows that that's one of the that is my favorite
right,
episode.
okay.
It's such a gorgeous reference, and it just meant so much. And it just really that was the greatest gift
You
I've
was
ever gotten.
you
as
was
a teacher. Well,
Dustin
second greatest.
Dustin Hoffman then to them.
I was Dustin
Dustin
Hoffman, man.
Hoffman.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was great. Thank you. to
Well
you
our
was
done,
you was
student
my
who showed
Mrs.
me
Crabapple.
nameless. Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Crabapple? Yeah. So it's been a good couple of weeks. And it was recently Mother's Day in the U.S. And now it's nothing. It's Memorial Day in a
It's
week.
Nothing day.
But right now it's nothing day. Yeah. It's probably some kind of
Um,
day. Let's see what today is.
Well, I've
Holidays.
had a good weekend too this weekend. It's been a really, I mean, I've
Yeah,
had
why is that?
really good weekends on the track. I had my birthday, Northern Lights last week, so that was cool. How do you top
Okay.
that? How do you top it?
Yeah, really.
Went to see Peter Kay on Saturday night last night. So
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Peter Kay.
went to see
What's
Peter
up,
Kay.
Peter
Waited 2 years. Got tickets 2 years ago.
Wow.
for
That was
this
2 years ago
year.
when you bought them. Jeez. I remember you
Well,
booking them.
just over 18 months. Just
Yeah.
over 18 months ago. So I'm calling it 2 years because it sounds more impressive. But yeah, just over 18 months ago, we booked the tickets to see him, and then we finally went to see him last night, and it was pretty good. It was all right. I did. You know what though? And you know, we were talking like only very earlier. You know, only like say 5 minutes ago, we were just saying about getting old. Fuck me,
Yeah.
Peter Kay looks old. I was like, when he first
It
came
happens
on,
to all of us.
I know, but because obviously
Game on.
the first time we saw him was probably about getting on for 25 to 30 years ago. And you forget
Yeah.
how much time has passed. And then the second time we saw him was probably maybe 5 years later. So probably still 20 to 25 years ago since the last saw him
At
live
this
in
rate, next
concert.
time you see him, his head's gonna fall off.
I know. And he came on and he's lost a lot of weight. That's one thing. He's been to Slimming World,
Oh,
apparently.
jeez.
He's lost about 14 stones. So he's lost a lot of weight. He was a
Ah.
big guy. Big guy. But he came on, he's really thin. Looked a bit gaunt. You know when someone just looks almost a bit like the skin's all hanging on their face because they've lost a lot of
Yeah.
weight. And he just looked a bit wrinkly, and I was like, flipping. He looks so old. He looks so old. But I'll give him his due. He's still got it. The show was pretty well structured. Obviously, you're not allowed to say anything, and I haven't heard a thing before I went to see him. But you're sworn to secrecy if you go and see him in concert because he's touring till about.
Put them phones in that
Yeah,
bag.
yeah, oh yeah. You got ejected. If anyone was seen filming it or trying to take photographs,
That's right.
they were chucked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's touring till about 2027. So he's touring for a long time. I mean,
I guess so.
he is raking. I mean,
He doesn't
must be
collapse.
loaded.
Being skinny.
Loaded.
How many kids
By
has
By the
he
way, I
got?
looked
Is
it
he
up.
paying for
May
kids?
19th.
Say what? Sorry.
Go on, Duke. You say
The
your
kids,
thing.
you guys, is he paying for kids?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. He has got kids. Has he got kids? I don't know. He's got a wife.
Just wondering why he's working so
no.
hard. Like,
Because he's
That's
a
why Jim
greedy.
Gaffigan has to keep working.
he's
got
not
5.
greedy.
He's a greedy
You don't know
bastard.
that it's 'cause he's
No, like
He
people.
what else
He
can
might
he
have a
do?
lot of
People-
gambling debts. Maybe
people-
he's got people trying to break his shins.
Somebody approached Jerry Seinfeld in New York, right? Jerry
Yeah.
Seinfeld, who's easily a multimillionaire, maybe even a billionaire,
He's
Yeah.
got a lot of money.
Yeah.
and said, "Why are you working, Jerry Seinfeld? Why are you working?" And he said, "You don't get it. I have to work. Like I have to.
Which
It
is
doesn't. It
fine.
doesn't. It doesn't. It's not the money. It's
Yeah,
the
actors
work.
got to act. Whenever we see a
Well-
commercial, the Duchess is like, "Oh, why is that person doing a commercial?" I'm like,
You
"They're
gotta
not getting
work.
offered roles. They got to act."
Do you know what though? I would be inclined
It's
to
not a
agree
real
with
job.
you.
act.
I would be inclined.
think
Yeah,
it's
of course it is. Because again, you go to stage school. Probably you probably spend a lot of
No,
time.
a lot of people. Fucking Pamela Anderson got noticed on a fucking
Not a
big
fucking
screen.
actress. You can barely.
You're right.
call her
She's
an
not. We
actress.
agree on
You
that.
can
But she certainly
barely
got
call
paid
her
to
an
act.
actress.
We
Yeah,
can all
she's
agree
got-
that Paris Hilton is an actress.
totally.
Yes, and a fine one.
Anyway,
Our generation's finest.
Anyway,
histrionis.
and the same. This applies to Peter Kay also, right? I would be inclined to
Yes.
agree with you if all the money they made, they just gave all of it to charity or to good causes.
No, it doesn't work
And then
like
it-
So,
that.
so
because
in other words,
if
if
they
you don't
don't-
give every dime away,
No,
then
listen.
you're working
but
because you're greedy.
your argument just now was that Jerry Seinfeld said he didn't need the money anymore because he's millionaire.
No, he
didn't
never
say
said
didn't need
that.
the money.
No, he
At
didn't
no
say
point
that.
Did he say that Jerry
No,
Seinfeld
he
said
did.
No,
he
no,
didn't need the
Stu,
money?
Stu,
because he has
I
to, he
didn't
could
say that he
volunteer.
said that. I said that he has to work.
You
Yeah,
said
but-
that he had killed 7
Yeah, but
children.
if they don't want the money, they're just doing
No,
it because they
no,
enjoy
it's
it. Why
because-
did he keep taking the money, giving it all to charity?
Because
What's the
why
problem?
wouldn't you take the money?
Yeah, but if you
Yeah,
don't
really,
need
if I'm
it,
working,
if
I'm
you
taking the
seriously
money.
don't need it, why are you not giving it
Oh,
away?
I'm
Because
sure.
he likes it.
I'm sure. I'm sure he
Exactly.
doesn't
Wait,
need
wait,
it,
wait,
but I'm
wait.
sure he still
Wait.
spends it.
Which brings me back to
It
the
doesn't
original
mean
point.
he's a greedy bastard who's
They're
only
the
working
greedy
because
No,
he
it's
needs
bastards. I'm
money.
not.
sorry.
Okay,
I'm
Stu.
Wow,
Everything,
that-
everything
the
leisurely in your
dichotomy's
life.
in your head. Everything is either like
Greed.
you're a saint who gives away all his
So,
money,
Stu,
or you're a greedy
Greedy
shit
bastard.
who is a piece of shit.
Anything you
Yeah,
do
exactly.
that's
I love
leisurely,
this.
you shouldn't do, and you should just give the rest. You should just
Exactly.
survive,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
just.
Yeah.
If I had enough
Yeah.
money, I would stop working and I would just fucking laze about.
Yeah,
If
if
I
only
don't
you
think
could
you
find
would.
some other way to
I don't
feed
think
your
you would.
habit
I
of
bloody
fucking
would. I
3DSs
bloody
and
would, man.
VR headsets
No.
and goddamn
This is
multiple
seriously
Steam
true.
decks.
I'll tell
and
you
now
what
he's
you
talking
do.
about you take a
Seriously
vow
true.
of
I'll
poverty.
t- I'll
What a
tell you
crock
what-
of shit.
This is what you'll do, right?
It wouldn't be poverty if I had enough. If I was a millionaire, I wouldn't be in poverty, would I, Duke?
No,
I
no.
would just
this
be
is
lazing around with loads of money.
this
and
is what I
so
think,
confused.
Stu.
I don't
This is
understand
lying
what
under
the
a
fuck this
pile of
conversation
Shut up,
is
shut up,
about
shut up, shut up.
anymore.
Right, this is what I think you'll do. Right, I think you'll be like, you'll have a year where like going to Tenerife, going to bloody Finland,
No,
going.
why
Oh
would
no,
I-
no.
how would I go
Shut
to
up. Not the
Tenerife?
point.
I've
Not the
never been to
point.
Tenerife
Not
in
the
my life.
fucking point. Right, you'll go to Finland
stick
or
that up your ass.
fucking Austria, and you'll go to America, right? And you'll do that, and then
Cornwall,
about
ooh.
2 years, you'll be like, I'm sort of getting bored.
Yeah, but I'll
here.
probably do some
And
volunteering.
then there you go. You'll do some volunteer. You'll do
Yeah, but I
some
wouldn't need some
DJing.
money.
Yeah,
that's-
he
but
wouldn't
you're
take money
working.
for it, Shinny.
Yeah, well, if
But
I
he
didn't
wouldn't
need the
take the
money, why would I?
money.
Why would I?
Stu,
Jesus fucking Christ.
honestly,
All right, anyway, nobody
Do you
cares.
know what?
This
Dude,
is so
dude, for
boring.
For somebody who classes themselves as someone who doesn't care about money and isn't a fucking like.
When did I class myself as I
capitalist,
don't care about
a
money?
capitalist, right? You're
I'm an
very capitalist
anti-capitalist.
Yeah, but you're very
That- no,
capitalist
no, no, no,
orientated.
no, 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 no,
Totally
no,
are. What you're saying is.
Cash rules everything around me. The Wu-Tang Clan literally spelled it out. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. I don't get to just decide to live in a different society because I hate capitalism. That's not how it works.
Yeah, but
I don't
you
get to
shouldn't
just be like,
embrace
I
it.
don't need money.
You're
What?
embracing it, though.
Honestly, Stu, if
I'm
you
embracing
can't, how
certain
you
parts.
can't
I'm
talk
embracing
about
a good life.
you
Give
can't
me
talk
the
about
money.
Stu, you can't talk about what it's like to have millions of pounds and then somebody go to you and say, if you do this stage work, you'll get more millions of pounds. You're telling me that you would turn that down? Fuck off.
No, I think if I had millions of
Fuck
pounds and I
off.
didn't. Yeah, but if you
No.
don't need it, why do you keep needing it?
Because it's
just
fucking
greed.
there.
The more you have, the more
It's
you
pure
need.
greed.
You know
It's
what?
pure
Because
greed.
you've got
Well,
kids
that's what
and they've
people
got
might say about
grandkids.
you, Stu. If you
Holidays.
Sell, I mean, Jesus said, "Sell your possessions and give the money to the poor." We could all
Exactly.
live on half of what we have right now.
I can
Oh,
barely
no,
live on
It's
what
a
I'm on
question of
now.
what you need.
Absolutely.
And
Well,
I need
no.
4
Anyway, all right,
holidays
moving
a
on.
year.
Nobody cares.
Exactly.
Stop. Shut up. Nope.
Exactly.
Today is the 19th of May. Guess whose birthday it is
Wow,
today?
Duke, you're such a hypocrite.
Oh, go on. All right, move
Peter
on.
Jackson.
Peter
It's
Jackson.
Peter Jackson's
Well done.
birthday today.
He made 3
No,
very
not
good
that
movies.
Peter Jackson.
And then he
No,
made-
not
no,
Peter
not that Peter Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah. No, not the Peter Jackson in the rugby union in England.
All right, okay.
I'm talking about Peter Jackson, the Australian professional rugby league footballer.
Wow.
It's his birthday today. And also Judy Picoult, who has written a lot of books. I've never read her, but I hear good things about her. So, and Marshmello, the DJ.
This has been the worst intro to the Veteran Gamers.
Yeah, they're like, people are like, what the fuck is this show?
Yeah, I think we should talk about video games and what we've been playing specifically. Is that okay
Yeah,
with everybody?
yeah, that's fine.
That would
Yeah.
make me feel
Where
a
are
bit
you
better, yeah.
going?
Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Yeah, so what have we been
And
playing?
guess who's going
this
first?
week?
Me.
Go on,
I'm
dude,
going
go.
first.
Go, dude.
Yeah.
Go on, why not?
Bethesda has finally given us maps in Starfield. Yes,
Wow,
it's
it's only
happening, baby. Woo, woo,
How,
woo, woo.
how long has this game been out for now?
Doesn't matter. The fact is, we now have maps, and it makes me very happy. And if Chinny wants to put the video up
Oh, yeah.
of the update for Starfield, we can see the maps because they exist now, people. And goddamn, they make the game a lot better because now you can see all the different stores in New Atlantis and presumably other cities as well. I've only done a couple of places, and I just
this-
started it
this
up
isn't-
basically because I
this
heard there was an
isn't-
update.
This isn't a mod. This is
No,
the
this is
game.
No,
real-
no, this
real
is in the
maps.
base game.
Right.
Yeah,
See, this
You
is
know,
why
finally
this is why it's
updated it.
good for me to wait these things
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know
And
what?
for us to
This-
not lose our minds complaining because, sometimes they get on it.
This is like a car manufacturer going, right, here's a car, we've released it, the brand new model, but we'll give you the steering wheel in about 3 months. Don't worry
This is
about
like No
it.
Man's Sky. Chinny, I'm sorry to be critical about this, but on the right side of the stream, there's like a scroll bar, and it's driving me nuts. It's like a very
Is
small
it?
sliver on the right
I
side.
can see
It
that.
doesn't really matter, but I just noticed, and it just anyway.
All right,
so
I'll fix
Starfield now-
fix that for you, Stu.
There you go.
I'll
So,
fix
hey,
that.
it's not
My
me,
name is
I'm not
Duke, not
complaining.
Stu.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
bring
sorry.
me into this.
You white people all look the same to me. I don't know. Right. I'll fix
So
that for you, Duke.
Starfield
Sorry.
now has maps. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Is this literally the map?
so-
Is this it? Is this it?
Yeah, this
Wow.
is it.
Is this
This
it?
is weird.
It looks great.
Does
You can
it?
see all sorts of things now.
It's a
They
map.
should have had this at launch, no
I
doubt.
guess.
It's a map, right? But when you don't have it, you realize how much you love it. So now we have it, and it's on. I guess every planet now is going to have like maps like this, where you can like look at the terrain and whatnot.
But even if there's
Hooray!
nothing there.
I fixed it, Duke. Fixed
Well, maybe. Yes. No, you did. Well, maybe.
No,
gonna
it's
catch
it,
up in a
well.
second. Oh yeah, no, you. Oh God, hate you, Chinny.
Yeah.
I really hate you.
I made it worse for the audience.
I don't hate
No,
Chinny.
it's brilliant,
All right,
that's
so
it,
that's
perfect.
Starfield. I haven't played much of it, so I can't really speak to other things that are in the game. But apparently, there's other stuff in the update as well. But I don't know what they are because
What,
I
like
don't play games. I just
Content, something to do.
yeah,
Is it something to
exactly.
do with it?
But Starfield, not Starfield. I just talked about Starfield. Fallout 76 has added expeditions now, which is new since the last time I played it. And one of them is the Pit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if y'all
All right,
remember
okay.
in Fallout
That's in
3,
Fallout
but there was
3,
DLC
yeah. That's a,
in the
yeah,
in the
DLC.
Pit.
Yeah.
That's right.
I remember.
So now there's this stuff in Fallout 76 where you basically you have to set it up by doing some work for this group of rescuers called the Refuge, And then they have a vertibird, and the person who flies the vertibird can take you to different places. So it's a smart way to build in, stuff outside the main map. And so they take you to the pit, and there's another group of basically bandits that you have to run around and kill. And I did it. It was an escort mission, and look, it would be tough for you to fail this escort mission in an MMO, right? Because if you did, how are they going to explain the fact that you have to start over and like the person you were escorting is dead? And what? There's another person that you're escorting who just pops up?
Yeah.
That wouldn't make any sense. So instead, the person that you're escorting is unkillable, right? Like it's just
Nice.
they can't be killed.
I'm
So
working on that for myself,
instead-
being unkillable.
Yeah. Oh, it would be great. As a result, you just, you have to protect him. But if you don't, it's not that big a deal because he goes down and then you just stim pack him and he's right back into it. So the thing that I did was help him while he was blowing up this stack of ammunition for the, I don't even remember what the name of the other bandits is called, but yeah, it was good. It's more content for Fallout 76, and I've been playing it quite a bit. Not the pit expeditions, but other expeditions, or not expeditions, but just quests in Fallout 76. And there was one where I had to go and affix something to a broadcast tower. Okay, fine. So I go there, and there's like 100 fucking super mutants. And I was like, oh,
no.
damn, I'm not ready to fight all these super mutants, especially because they were all at level 50 and I was level 18. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to sneak in and try, shit. And I'm like running away and trying to shoot the dude. And then I realized I had run to the spot where I'm supposed to do the thing for the antenna. So I was like, okay, do the thing for the antenna, and then run away. And then the quest marker goes, wait, you have to go back and reorient the computer. And I was like, God damn it. So I lured all the super mutants away from the spot, and then I killed a couple of them, and then I ran back to the spot, and I'm typing in the computer, and they're like, come here. I'm like, no.
Can they attack
And I
you
did
when
the thing
you're
with the computer.
doing? Can they?
Oh, they're totally attacking. Yes, right. When you're in a computer, because it's always on, it's an MMO. So yes, you are vulnerable when you're looking at inventory. You are vulnerable when you're using computers. So that does change the dynamic of Fallout in that way.
Are you
but I managed to
vulnerable
do it.
when you're on a computer in normal Fallout in 3 and 4?
No, the whole game freezes, which is why I've sometimes been chased by people and then like, I'm gonna hack this thing and then I'll come out and I'll shoot them.
Yeah,
but
I just
not
like the
here.
idea of like 14 people just let him hack it though.
Yeah, it's
Let
just,
him-
he's got a lot.
He's
on his
busy.
mind.
He's got a lot to do.
Yeah, they just all stop and
Does anybody
wait,
want a
the
sandwich?
patience.
Does anybody want a
Yeah, patience.
sandwich?
Oh, you got any tea?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's Fallout 76. It's fun. It's an MMO.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool that they did this to an extent. I know it wasn't
What,
great to be
made the game.
No, that they sort of brought out an MMO version of Fallout, and it looks like Fallout. It's not like MMO.
It looks like Fallout, and it plays very well. That's the thing,
Yeah.
is the combat is, I mean, although VATS is different because it's no longer freezing time or really slowing it down, it can't. But it does help you with aiming. Whereas Elder Scrolls Online, it feels like such a different game. And
Yeah.
in Elder Scrolls Online, they made the mistake that a lot of MMOs do, which is introducing 20 different kinds of currency. Fallout 76 doesn't really have that. I mean, it does have a couple of currencies, but they're really in the background, and they're really not, like, you're not picking up 10 different kinds of things. Everything you pick up in Fallout 76, you could pretty much use. Whereas in Elder Scrolls Online, like, you go looking for weapons, and it's like, forget it. You're going to have to forge things and get 20 different types of materials and all this, and it's just like, who cares? Who wants that? And now the annoying part in Fallout 76 is that in order to put like a scope on your rifle, which you can do pretty early on in Fallout 4, in Fallout 76 you have to get a blueprint for a scope. It doesn't matter how many scopes weapons you find that have scopes on them. You have to like
Make one.
salvage them, and then you have to find the blueprint and all this stuff. It's kind of annoying, but that makes you want to keep playing it. So,
Well,
there's
that's the
that.
whole point, I guess. That's the whole point. of
I
an
know.
MMO.
Yeah. So that's Fallout 76. I'm still enjoying it. Thumbs up. Hooray. War never changes.
76.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I mean, like I said earlier, it does look like Fallout. If I looked at this game without knowing, I would think it's either Fallout 4 or Fallout. It could be any of the Fallout games.
One.
Whereas,
Yeah.
Whereas, well,
Fallout
not
17?
not 1 or 2, but anything
Fallout
from
99?
3
But
onwards.
apart from those, it could be
All
anything.
New Vegas. Yeah, with Elder Scrolls Online, you can automatically tell it's not like,
Right.
yeah. So, yeah.
The proximity of this to other Fallout games is a lot closer than the proximity of Elder Scrolls Online,
Yeah,
which is
to
a shame
Skyrim.
because I love me some Elder Scrolls, but nope.
Well, you'll get in 6 at some point, Duke, but who knows when that'll
Maybe.
be. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, there's many.
Can't wait for
definitely-
them to fuck that up as well.
I mean, we'll see.
Well, you
Yeah,
never
who knows?
know. You never know. It might be fine.
Hex.
Yeah, I'm going to start because, well, I'm not going to start because Duke's already been.
No, you don't know.
But I'm going to start with,
Yeah.
I'm going to start with a tiny, tiny little game
Ooh.
called Oil
Call of Duty?
Strike 75.
Is this the prequel to
76,
Fallout
75?
76? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
Chinny,
gee-
you better have a game that starts with 74 or something.
Or get the fuck off the
Interestingly-
show.
Interestingly, Mike, you're not far off.
Oh, is it?
So you're making a joke, but you're
Hmm.
actually on the right lines
Yeah,
because this.
I've got to stop making jokes.
I know, because you're actually nearly right. So this is a tiny little game that's been released by a developer called, let me just find them.
Activision from 1983. What
They're
the fuck is
called-
this?
So they're called Cadel Limited.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Cadel Limited.
Seriously,
Uh,
people, this looks like a goddamn Amiga game.
It is like that. It's sort of, I don't even know if it's 8-bit.
No, it's
very-
4-bit graphics. What
It's
the shit
very,
is this?
very basic. But the gameplay loop is actually really cool. So it's
tell.
kind of, so they've kind of done all these very old-fashioned games that you would have got back in the day on the Amiga or on the, Commodore 64 or whatever, but so kind of updated. And yeah, so there's various ones. The first one is like a Donkey Kong game.
Hmm.
But you're sort of going up an oil rig. So it's Donkey Kong on an
Okay.
oil rig. And you have to keep getting to the top, and you keep adding extra layers in, and there's sort of seagulls flying backwards and forwards that hit you. And this is that kind of the same. I don't know what this game is aping, but you have to carry your weight across the
It's a
level.
2D pixel game where you're a helicopter and you have to carry a weight.
It's a bit like Flappy Bird, to be fair. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it's reminiscent
Yes,
of.
And you have to watch out for the gay hot air balloon that's shooting
Yeah,
fireballs
totally,
at you.
shooting stuff
Shooting,
at you.
shooting poop at it.
And then there's
basically.
obviously clouds with
Yeah.
lightning that damage your helicopter.
The
Fucking
hot air
hell.
balloon has a rainbow design on it.
What
That's pretty
planet is he flying this fucking helicopter on?
I don't know. It's got some
cool.
dodgy
The death
physics.
planet of Planet
is.
Death.
It is. So that all happens, right? But then it takes a weird turn. So you're playing all
Yeah.
this stuff, and
Oh, it's
then
getting meta and crazy.
it does get very meta because
Oh, dude.
this is made by, in real life, the Chinese Room, who made Duke's favorite game, Dear Esther. All right,
God.
and they have a game coming out in about 3 or 4 weeks called Still Wakes the Deep, which I'm not sure whether you've heard of or not, which is a horror game set on
Nope.
an oil rig, and this is
Okay.
kind of a little prequel to that. So, but they didn't say anything about it. They've not admitted that they've released it, so they haven't claimed that it's by them. But if you keep on playing, you get to this weird like login page thing where everything starts to go a bit weird, and there's like news stories and things that you can access on these pages on this really old-fashioned looking fax machine. And yeah, then it gives you the
Oh man, this is really making me want to play this game.
yeah, but it's
Both
cool.
This one and the one that's coming out soon.
If you, yeah, Still Wakes the Deep looks nothing like this. Can I just say, Still Wakes?
Well,
the
yeah,
Deep
it's because this is like an elaborate, like, not even a trailer. It's like a puzzle within a puzzle to make
Yeah.
you curious about what the actual game's gonna be like.
Well, we know what the game's going to be like. You're basically trapped on an oil rig when there's a massive
tense,
storm
man.
and there's an
Oh.
entity
Oh,
on board that's
yeah.
There's
trying
no,
to kill
no
you.
point playing it then, Stu. So you know.
So there you go.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, it's very clever. I like it. I'm really impressed with this little tiny game, and it was like actually quite a lot of fun to play. It was quite difficult, but it was a good challenge, and it was interesting. You know, I quite like that.
If
people
this hadn't
do-
been connected to that other game, would you think you'd have been all interested
Good
in
question.
I probably wouldn't have been interested in playing it. I probably, if I had played
Oh.
it though, I would have still thought it was pretty cool. Do you know
But
what I
you
mean?
wouldn't
I
have
think it's
played
kinda
it.
cool.
don't think
No,
so.
probably wouldn't have done. No, I wouldn't have even come across it, to be quite honest. And most people who were
Yes.
playing it don't realize it's linked. It was only because some guy that I read
Probably
on
because
I
you're
think it was on
really
Facebook.
smart.
No, I read some guy on Facebook had written about it and said he thinks it's linked to it. So I thought I'll give it a go, and I think I agree with him.
Yeah.
It totally is. but kind of clever. So yeah, there you go.
Nice.
So if you're interested at all, it Still Wakes the Deep, which you should be because it looks really fucking good, which is out in a few weeks' time, then give Oil Strike 75 a go. It takes literally about an hour to get to the end of it. It doesn't take very long to play it. And it's kind of...
This
Unless
playthrough,
I'm not playing it.
this playthrough is 10 minutes.
Yeah, a full playthrough is about an hour. It's about an hour to play it all the way through.
Yeah. We should mention that we're meeting in London.
We are.
Stu. You're coming
you
to
are.
my house, Stu. And then
I
you're,
am.
then you're going to come
I am.
randomly to my snooker presentation because that's the.
I am.
I've got your ticket, Stu. I've got your ticket.
presentation.
Yeah, that's cool. I've got to bring a shirt as well, which is a bit weird.
I've got your ticket. Don't
Yep.
worry. It's £5. You don't have to give me the money for it. But
Oh, that's good of you.
but just feel guilty that you haven't given it to me. That's payment enough for
That's
me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My presence being
Guilt is the
clapping
real
you,
present.
clapping your
No.
achievement is a real present.
Yeah,
It's
that's the real
presents, not
present.
presents.
It's not. It doesn't bother me that you haven't paid for the ticket, Stu. It's not a problem. I'm not going to mention it 5 times a week. It's not. It's honestly. Don't worry about
That's
it.
okay.
£5.
That's okay.
It's only money. innit?
Nothing. It's nothing.
And it's
to
only
you.
money.
Nothing.
And to be honest, I've got so much of it. I don't know why I even spend it anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You
I
don't even
I don't
need
even need it.
You don't even need it.
So yeah. So on the 8th of June, we're going to London.
We are.
So if anybody wants to come along, I think we're going to try and find some sort of pinball arcade in London, and I think we're going to meet up at Liverpool Street. I think.
Yes, that's what. Apparently, there's a pub near Liverpool Street
Yeah.
where Fraser's mentioned.
So we're going to go near there and have a couple of beers. I love a beer.
Have
me.
a couple of beers.
One thing I love, Stu, bloody beer. I'm always
I know,
drinking
yeah,
beer.
Same.
you
Same.
know
I
what I
can't
mean?
help it.
Honestly,
Any sort of alcohol, to be quite honest.
any alcohol.
give me
I
booze.
went swimming with Rosa yesterday. I snuck in a little beer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Have a
I
little
bet you
beer
did.
with the swimming.
We
So
went to the swimming cafe and you're like, "Where's the booze?
where's the booze? Get away
Where's
with that
the booze?
soft
What the f-
drink
What
nonsense.
sort of cafe is this?"
What are you, bloody wussies, eh?
Exactly.
With your frappuccinos and your
Yeah,
Biscoff.
I'm from
Biscoff.
Wolverhampton. I want booze.
I want booze and I want to nut
hard
somebody in the
alcohol.
head, right?
Exactly.
With your Biscoff frappes. So, yes, yeah, that's as much as we know at the moment.
It is.
Yeah, so just if you want to come along, let us know. Get in touch, and I've got a hell of a weekend that weekend, Stu. I've got Friday the presentation,
Yeah.
Saturday bloody London, and then Sunday I've got a race for life for bloody cancer.
Oh, so you're actually running?
Yeah, well, no,
Wow.
Damn.
I'm walking
Wow.
around. I'm
Skipping.
walking around.
I was
He's
gonna
skip.
say, I don't think I've ever seen Chinny run any.
No. I have. Have you ever seen the film
Chasing
Chicken?
with an axe, you'll see him.
You ever seen the film Chicken Run?
I have.
It's
Yeah.
like that. Those legs. I got chicken legs,
Hardman
basically.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine it. I'll be honest.
It's a thing of poetry.
What
honestly.
time does that start at then?
I don't know. I ain't got a clue. But yeah, we did it last year. So because someone in the family unfortunately got cancer, and now we're doing it for
Yeah.
her.
No, it's good. No, I think.
And now it's a bloody yearly event, apparently. So selfish. That's what I say. So yeah, we're
Do you
doing
know
that.
what? Do you know what? Peter Kay should give all that money to cancer research.
shouldn't
That'd
he?
be a good idea.
They,
Yeah,
they should find a cure. Serious.
They should. They probably could with all that money to be
Bloody,
fair.
it's bloody serious problems, Stu. I don't know why they're not sorting it out. Anyway, so yeah, let us know if you're interested on the 8th of June to meet up with me and Stu.
Yeah, and Fraser.
Fraser,
and
Dave, and Neil
Dave,
as well.
Neil.
So,
and
and
I think there's probably a few others as well. At the
yeah, I think Andy Cox is going to come, who listens to our show and he listens to the Still
Okay.
podcast. We met Andy in
Cox.
we met Andy in 2019.
Yeah, he made some music that he shared with me.
So
Stuff.
yeah, so there you go. One of you should go again because I've only got 2 games, and one of them
Okay,
play my
Duke,
game.
you
so.
can go. you can
Okay,
go.
here we go. You ready? I got 2 at once. So
Go.
Here we go. Because I was like, all right, I kind of want to play like a isometric role-playing game. All right, so Lost Ark I had loaded up once upon a time. And I just reached a point where I was like, this loot spam is just too much. I can't take it. Look at all this shit. Because you log in and they're just chucking things at you. Like every time you log in, here's 10 chests, here's 50 units of blah, blah, blah. Here's this, here's that. And I'm like, what is all this? So I'm looking and I made a collage of all the different things that they're just chucking at you at one point. First, there's the recovery battle item chest. There's 20 of them, and each one can get you can get one of the following items: 15 hit points potions, 15 major hit points potions, or 10 of those, 3 elemental hit points potions, or 5 panaceas. Those are all bound to your account. All right, got it? Okay, you know which one you want? Okay.
I've got it.
Then you got 20 utility battle item chests, and those can get you one of the following: Flare, Taunting Scarecrow, Camouflage Robe, Stealth Robe, Sacred Charm, Lutera's Horn, or Campfire. Then you got the offensive battle item chest. You got 20 of those. You can get one of the following: Thunder Potion, Flash Grenade, Flame Grenade, Frost Grenade, Electric Grenade, Dark Grenade, or Corrosive Bomb. All right, then you got your buff battle item chest. What the fuck is all this shit, and who needs it?
That's
all
a
you
lot
do
of
is run
stuff.
around and kill monsters. It's all this stuff, and I'm just like, put it in the stash. I'll deal with it later. And then like the next time I sign in, like, here's 30 more chests, and I'm like, I don't want any of this. So it's just
So did you
ridiculous.
keep playing it then?
So I played it for a little while, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not having fun with the base game either, because the combat is okay, but the loot spam and like, I don't know, it keeps switching between types of cutscenes, and the dialogue is crappy. So I was like, this isn't really doing it for me. So I played a little more Path of Exile, which is, you know, a pretty good isometric RPG. Then I noticed that Game Pass has Diablo 4. And I was like, all right, well, Diablo has been the gold standard for a long time.
A lot of people love
these
it.
games. It's the OG. Like, this is the original, and they've just refined it and made it better and better and better every time. However, first of all, they start right away with seasons, and they're like, season 4, get this, get that, here's this boost, and you'll get a buff. And again, kind of like the Lost Ark, a much smaller degree, but still, when you play this game for the first time, they should just be like, all right, here's going to be your first experience with the game. And then at a certain point, they might be like, all right, now let me tell you about the seasons. We're in season 4, and you can get this and you can get that. But there's no reason to be like hucking us about seasons. And Path of Exile does the same thing. It's like, try Path of Exile Domination. And I'm like, no, I just want to play Path of Exile. Like, you don't need to give me a new game mode. What are you doing? But that's not my big beef with Diablo 4. My big beef with Diablo 4 is, okay, what's the story of Diablo? I don't know if y'all ever played the original ones,
Something
but basically
about the
there's
devil,
a demon.
something.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
his soul was in a gem, and it was underneath the
Oh.
cathedral, and then the dude renovated it, and the soul gem got out, and the demon comes hell on earth. Okay, so you
Cool.
go and you fight the demon in the first one. Okay, second one, you can fight the demon and his 3 brothers. So you got 3 demons
Oh,
and
no.
going into hell, and okay. What are you gonna do for a story for Diablo 3? I honestly don't remember it. I played half of Diablo 3, but I couldn't tell you a thing about the story. It's just more demons and death and suffering and pain. Diablo 4, it's just ridiculous. There's 3 cutscenes in the first 20 minutes, and they're all like extended snuff films. It's like these bandits trying to get money, and then it's like blood is the key, and it's coming out of their eyeballs. And there's this woman who's like, blah, blood curtains, and her face is made of blood, and she's got intestines connecting her head to the pillar, and it's blood everywhere. And it's just like, why are you taking yourself so seriously, game? This is ridiculous. I want to play a game where I kill some monsters, not watch people slowly dying over and over again. And then that's over with, and then you have your character who's like, your backstory. You ready? Here's your backstory for your character in this game, okay? You're wandering through the snow.
Cool.
That's it. That's the whole. That's all you get about your character. You're cold, and you fight a bear, and then you go find a place to get warm. And then this village is like, oh, help us, because there's this demon in the ruins over yonder. And so you're like, I'll go kill the demon, and you go kill the demon, and then they're like, yay, you killed the demon, thank you. And then they're like, party with us, and you're having a good time. And I'm like, this is kind of nice. Like, there's a village showing their appreciation. Oh, everything's going dark on the screen. Oh, you passed out. Take him out back now. And they take you around the back, and now you will have the blood ceremony while I revivisect your eyeball. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. And then this dude saves you just in the nick of time, and then he's like, "Oh, are you having a vision?" And you start to have a vision of this village, and there's this priest who's like, "Oh, you're all being sinful." And then this lady shows up, and she's like, "Sin is your natural way of being. Let them give in to their vices." And then the people in the church all start killing this priest, and you have to watch as they slowly stab him to death over and over as he's going, "I delivered your child," and they're like, "Nah, ha, 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 ha."
Yeah.
Sounds
And
pretty
then
good.
you can start playing it. Oh God!
I must
it's just
admit,
so
right,
over the top.
You know what the worst thing I had with Diablo 4
What's that?
was fannying around trying to actually play the game and having to create an account and then having to sign in and then having to.
I don't
like,
care
mess
about
with
that shit. It's Blizzard.
but
That's what they're gonna do.
I know, but fuck me, it took forever, and I'm just like,
Well, it
God
took me
damn.
about 2 minutes because I already had a
You had a
Blizzard
free
account, and
demo,
I'm not
and you had
living
to
in the
do
20th
that.
century anymore.
You had to do that for the demo, just to play the demo. You had to sign up, and God
Look,
knows what.
yeah. Welcome to capitalism, where you must constantly expand your market share. How do you do that?
I know.
These days, you do it by making everything a platform. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
very
is.
frustrating. You got to sign it. You can't just have a game demo.
No, you can't just
You
play
even
the
have
demo.
now it's a game demo in the guise of some crappy 4-bit Amiga game. Like, imagine that. Anyway,
Yeah, but you can just
back
play
to
that, dude.
the
You didn't have
actual
to sign up
commentary
and
about
make an
Diablo 4.
account.
These stories were all, I mean, and her name is Lilith, and she's obviously just the most evil demon beast ever. And then later on, you meet this other dude who goes, "Let me tell you the story of Sanctuary," which is the land you're in. And he's like, "Sanctuary has long been a place where the angels and the demons fight for control over all eternity." And then he goes, "But Lilith fights for no side."
Yeah,
What?
but she's
What
just
do you mean
evil.
she fights
She's
for
just plain evil,
She's
man.
obviously a demon. What the
Yeah,
fuck? She fights
yeah.
for no side. That's like someone coming in and being like, "Look, butterflies, unicorns, rainbows." Oh, I'm not here with the angels. Fuck the angels. I'm not on either side. I'm
Yeah,
just doing
she's
my own thing.
clearly the
No,
spawn of the devil. I
she's
mean,
But
she's
does-
the mother of hatred.
She does
Yeah,
support
yes.
Manchester United, weirdly enough. I don't know.
yeah, she does. Yeah,
I think
she
it's
does.
because it's red and she likes red and stuff. Yeah.
But she's
And
clearly evil. She's evil.
I
know
like
what's-
I
you
like
know what's
what I
fresh
do
and
like
original?
about the cutscene, Duke, is that
Yes.
you can see Lilith's heart through her body. I think that's
Yes.
Oh,
cool.
and everything
can
about
see
that
those.
cutscene is slick. I
It's
mean,
a-
it
it's
is
a very
Well,
expensive
slick,
cutscene.
But it's a
amazing.
very,
yeah, it looks
I don't
amazing.
want to watch a snuff film. I'm sorry, I'm a weirdo. I don't like
Oh,
seeing
come
people being
on.
vivisected and cut to
Well,
pieces.
that's horror films these days. Have you never seen a horror film?
I thought I was playing a video game, not a horror film.
Well, it's a horror
Anyway.
game, obviously.
It's an isometric RPG.
Yeah, but you know, it's got horror elements. Obviously, as priest gets stabbed to death, like you say, within the first 20 minutes of
Well,
playing it. So it's horror
Whatever.
elements.
Anyway,
It's horror.
here's something else that's fresh and original in this particular storyline. You have a hero, but he's got some of the demon stuff in him.
Oh no!
Oh my god, no one's
Yeah,
done
he
that
has.
since.
Did it get into
Diablo 2
him?
and Diablo 3 and Dragon Age Origins?
So, just a minute, let me get
every
this
other
straight,
goddamn
dude.
RPG in the
What
world.
you're saying is it's not very original. Is that what you're
No,
saying? And
well,
it's-
it's not very original, but it's not that it's not good. The gameplay is really good. It does have these notifications that pop up a lot, and I'm just like, fuck off, notifications, because it's like, oh, there's something new in the shop. So again, thank you, capitalism. Like, hey, look at what's new in the shop. Every day there's something new in the shop. I don't want to buy cosmetic shit for my horse. No, thank you.
What's she do? What's the matter with you?
No. But let me tell you some of the good things. Because I am enjoying the actual gameplay. When you're done with a dungeon, you just hit the teleport button and you're back in town, which is very nice. Because some games, I mean, Bethesda did a great job with Skyrim and other games where you finish the dungeon in a way that's right near a door that leads you right back to the entrance, which is very nice. So the fact that they make it very easy to leave the dungeon is very cool. There are some good small stories. There's this one about a woman whose like husband ran off in the middle of the night, and then it was gruesome, but it was also kind of interesting. So I'll give it up for that. And once upon a time, Diablo had inventory that became like a game of Tetris, right? So if you had a short sword, it would take up 2 blocks of space, right? If you had a long sword, it would take up 3 blocks, and you had to, shift things around. A shield might be 2 by 2 and so forth and so on. Now they've said, fuck that. Every item you get is one block in your inventory, and you don't have to be playing Tetris while you play. Because Path of Exile took this on. And now when you play Path of Exile, every 5 minutes, you just, I'm out of space.
Yeah, but I
need
mean,
bigger pockets.
did that originate in Evil Dead? Not Evil Dead, but Resident
Diablo.
Evil. Resident Evil, though.
Well, I don't know where it came
Yeah,
from
well, they
first,
still do
but I
it,
know
don't they?
Diablo had it back.
Resident Evil
Yeah,
still do it.
but I don't know which came first, whether the original Resident
Well,
Evil
I
came
don't know.
before
Chicken.
Diablo.
The chicken came first.
Yeah, exactly. All I know is I'm glad they don't make you do it in Diablo 4. That's very nice. And you got some good character customization. The thing that rubs my ass the wrong way in Path of Exile is each class is specifically male or female. So if you want to be a ranger, you got to be a gal. If you want to be a stealth soldier, an assassin, you got to be a guy. And I want to have control over that. So I like the fact that Diablo 4, you can be either one, and
Be
any
any
of the classes
class.
you want.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's how it should be,
yeah.
though. That's how it should be. There's no
It
reason
is how it should be.
shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. I mean, Path of Exile is made by a much smaller studio, so, I'll give them a pass on that. I'm curious to see if Path of Exile 2 is going to have more options when it comes to character customization, because I'm a weirdo. I like customizing my character. And they got, like, dyes in this game, so you can have your clothing look green or purple, and you can mix and match the looks. It's ridiculous, but I like it. Yeah, I am having fun with
that's pretty
Diablo
cool.
4. I just wish the story didn't take itself so goddamn serious.
Well, they kind of have to, I guess. Don't they want to be?
No, they don't.
Well,
they don't.
they do, I suppose.
They can tell a better story at least. What is the story here? Death and Dean, the mother of hatred. That's not much of a story, really. It's the ultimate evil. I thought
It's called
last demons we
Diablo,
killed were the
Duke.
ultimate evil.
It's
Yeah,
called.
I
Duke.
know.
Do you know what I mean? It's not called
But it's just-
fucking Fluffy Kittens Weekly, is
Yeah,
it?
I know, but look, Batman, it just keeps getting more and more grim, right? And the harder to see things on the screen.
Yeah.
Eventually, Diablo 5 is just going to be a black screen. You'd be like, see if you can figure out what you're supposed to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell is
the
on
next,
here?
I think the
Who
next
knows?
Batman is just 2 hours of blackness.
Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just like you can't see any, it's just black.
Yeah.
That's fair
But
enough.
anyway, that's Diablo 4.
Should we do the game of bitch?
We can do if you want.
Game of
We
bitch.
can do.
Play my game, bitch.
Nice.
Oh wait, whoops, sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, bitch.
Not a nerd, I'm a video game enthusiast.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
So yeah, so we decided. Well, look, we all tried to play Kona the other week, and then realised that it
We
wasn't
loved
on
Kona
PC.
so much.
Wasn't on
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah.
So we decided, like, they've just released Kona 2 Brum.
Oh.
Brum.
I thought
Brum.
it would have
Not
been no, it's,
COVID,
no, it's
Kona.
Broom, isn't it? I think it's.
I don't know. Brum.
Broom.
I think it's
Like a
pronounced
car.
She Wants a Man from
Brum,
Brum.
brum, 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 brum. Anyway, so Kona 2 has been released, and I said, well, we can all play this one, so why don't we play this?
I have
Give
to
it-
say, my thing is,
Yes.
it doesn't really look like Birmingham, does it?
No, it doesn't. Don't like Brum at all, to be fair.
And I was expecting someone to go,
Yeah.
"You're right, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, look cold. Do you want to go in the
No,
cabin?"
instead it was all est-ce que tu savais bien?
Yeah.
Il y a quelque chose que je veux aider?
So
Indeed.
it takes place
Yeah,
straight
good
after the
for
first
mine,
one by the
no.
looks of it. Spoils
Yeah.
the first one, by the way.
Yeah, because I've no idea what happened in the
It
first
just
one. 'cause we
Yeah.
didn't
basically
get
the
that
first
far.
one is fucking nothing, and then a demon shows up, and then you go on a boat.
Find the dude, and then there's a Wendigo.
Yeah, they've mined a demon or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and then
Yeah,
you go on a
yeah.
boat,
Demon
and then
in
you
the mine.
start on a boat. You start on the boat, and then you.
Yeah.
But
get
can
on
we
a
first of
cabin.
all say this looks fucking infinitely better than the first one? I
It
mean,
does look better,
looks-
yeah.
Looks
yeah.
phenomenally.
I think
amazing.
the music is better as well.
Music is better. Voice acting's better. There's some weird.
I think it's the
weird-
same narrator though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a weird narrator, and you can either turn
Too
it
much
on-
narration.
No, you can turn that off. It gives you
You
an option
can.
at the beginning.
Yeah. So
It actually asks you. He goes, "Do you want full narration or just when
yeah,
it's necessary?"
you can change the narration level, which you can
Yeah, so I
tell
was-
a lot
I
of
was just-
this.
At that point, I was just like, next.
A lot of this
Yeah.
is
Get done with this shit.
feedback from the first game because it asks you what narration
Yeah, it
level you
does.
want, but also it
Yeah.
asks you, do you want it's easy, normal, or hard? But it's like, do you just want to be a detective and solve things with no combat? Do you want do you want a normal where you've got a mix of both, or do you want to be survivalist where it's brutal? So
So what did you go for? I just went for detective. I'm like, I don't want to mess around with any.
no, I always
lighting
play games
fires.
on normal, like on the
Right.
adventure
Yeah.
sort of thing, because I feel like that's what the
I
developer.
knew I was going to play it long, so I was like, all right, give me what you got.
That's what the developers like designed
Yeah,
to
no,
do.
I get
Yeah,
that.
that's what they
I get
intended.
that.
They don't
But
want you to become
I'd rather
shorts.
play this like a bit of a walking simulator, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, it
Enjoy the
it
story.
more or less is really like.
It is once you, yeah, if you play on the way, you don't even have to light fires or anything, you know, you don't have to do anything. There was a weird thing happened though. I came to like a campsite in the middle of nowhere, and as I approached it, there was a big, massive brown bird like wandering around it and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to fight this or something.
Did he not fight?
So I got the axe out, and when I lifted, like when I'd got like done the axe, and he looked up again, it was just disappeared. It wasn't there anymore. So I was like,
Yeah.
guess I don't have to fight.
I think
the
that's
beast.
because you've got it on detective mode.
Yeah, I think it just
Yeah.
disappeared. It just like a magic act.
Well, I got to the
Now
man.
the mystery is where to go.
I got to the mansion.
Same.
And,
I've got to say,
walked
I
around
thought
there
the
a bit.
I thought the opening was really cool. Like finding the dude frozen against the skidoo or whatever. I thought that was all quite interestingly. done.
I thought it's a lot of it's a lot more slower open than the first one. I think because
Yeah.
you are walking around a fucking lot. And at the first
Oh.
one, you know, you come across that body in that station, and there's a bit more going on. There's a bit more game there straight away. Whereas this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like
It gets
you
you
crawl-
going into the game more quickly.
you're
yeah.
crawling really slow, and then you got to bloody light a fire and go to bed. And yeah,
I think the interesting thing was though, like you get to there's like almost like a watchtower thing that you can climb up to look at the mansion from.
yeah.
Oh
And
no,
it's-
no, the watchtower.
It's got a tiny little fence next to it that you could have easily hopped over and just
Yeah.
walked across the frozen lake to the
Yes.
mansion.
Yeah.
But
Would
no,
you
no,
want to walk across a frozen lake?
I don't know. I think I'd give it a go.
I don't
in
think
this,
you
in
would.
this wilderness, it's
I-
very cold here. Isn't
I
it? Look at
don't
it.
think I would be crossing
thick ice.
no
You'd have
frozen
to-
lake.
You'd have to cut a hole in that to do some fishing about
Fuck
4 feet
that.
thick. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
But anyway, I forgave it that. I wasn't like too panicky.
That's nice of
about
you.
that.
That's nice.
Yeah, I
of you.
forgave it. Got to the mansion. I really enjoyed looking around all the mansion and everything. I thought it was really interesting location, and there was all these kind of weird shit going on with a Geiger counter, and you had to like follow the radiation signal and all that kind
I
of
will
stuff.
say that
Right.
the thing that it does, where like if you get to a door and it's locked on the other side, the letters come up real big. It's like locked on other side. It's like okay, cool. Like I don't know. Same with like when you find a frozen body, it'll be like abnormally frozen corpse. I don't know. Something about that just felt charming to me.
Yeah, it was a bit David Fincherish, I thought. You know, like that kind of text floating in midair stuff. I kind of like that.
Can't think of a movie he has where that happens. But
It happens in a couple of his earlier movies. It happens in the one with the safe room, whatever that's called. I
Panic
can't
Room.
remember. Panic Room. It happens in that.
Mm.
Yeah. But it's a kind of cool thing. The Hollywood's done it a few times, haven't they, where they have floating text on buildings and things like that.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. So yeah, but it makes it very cinematic, which I kind of liked about it. But the biggest issue I've got on the reason, do you know what? I think I'd have carried on playing this. I'd have been like, yeah, do you know what? I'm up for this. I like it. I'm intrigued. What the hell is going on? It's kind of interesting. It's not too difficult. I know where to go next. You know, there's no ambiguity about it. I like that. Except that I got to the mansion, so I did all this stuff. I learned a lot of stuff, right? There's no manual save system at all, right?
Well, there
'Cause I
is.
was-
There is on my version.
I
Yeah.
could not
when
find
you
it.
build a
When you
camp,
build a fire and you press A on the
Oh, right.
fire, you get a manual
Yeah,
save.
well, when you get to the mansion, I didn't see anywhere to build a
there's
fire
two. There's
pit.
two. There's two fireplaces in there.
Well, do you know what? Fucking bully for you. I didn't realize this, and it doesn't tell you, so I didn't. I didn't
I
realize.
don't know. Do you want your handheld all the way? Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Want somebody else to
But
play the game
maybe if
for
there
you?
was a helicopter, you could deliver little packages. Then yeah.
But here's the thing.
What's
So I was playing on cloud gaming, and Millie wanted to swap the cars around. So
Millie
I-
wanted to swap the cars around.
Oh yeah, we have 3 cars on the driveway, don't we? And then we
You
have
do
to be in a
all right
certain
there, you
order
do
because-
all right,
Well, we
yeah.
all have, Millie has one to get to work.
Give it
I have
away.
one to get to work. And
Give all
Kay
the
has
money
one.
away.
Do you know what?
You
All
don't
3 of
need it.
us work in separate places, Ginny, and guess what? We both all need a car to get there.
I'll tell you what. The other half. Do you
Who
need
knew?
3 cars? What do you need 3 cars for? Just
Who
get
need
one
it?
car.
Yeah, that's
Give it
true.
away.
Yeah.
You're so greedy.
Anyway.
hmm
Yeah, so went to do that, came back, it had sort of stopped, and then I was almost back at the beginning of the game, and I'm like, nah, that's it, fuck it.
yes.
You can fuck off. And it even says at the beginning, when you see this cog spinning, it's auto-saving. Yeah, it doesn't fucking auto-save anywhere.
It does on
So-
mine. It
That's
does on
pretty
mine.
frustrating.
Yeah, but it doesn't take, did it take you back to that spot? Because it fucking didn't on mine, Chinny.
Well, I didn't die, so.
Well, you don't die, do you? So that's the thing.
Hmm.
So unless you stop playing it,
Oh, you had combat off. Well, how
and
did
I
you
didn't
die?
make a fire,
He's-
so...
Yeah, well,
No, it just it stopped
crashed,
playing.
didn't it? Yeah, it
when
crashed.
when you're streaming, if you
Oh.
don't, if you stay
Gotcha.
stationary for too long, it just turns itself off.
Mm.
Is this Get at Stew night? I don't know what's going on here.
No, no,
but
no.
I guess
you
so.
know what
I
mean?
don't know.
It feels
No, I
that
just
way.
missed
It does
something,
totally
that's
feel
all.
that way.
No.
Because everything I say, you two are either contradicting it or making fun of
I
it.
just wanted to do a silly little callback
Whatever.
to something from earlier. Yeah, I will lay off.
It's a bit much.
I'm being
to be
obnoxious.
quite
Yes,
honest,
it is.
it
You're
is
right.
a bit much.
That's fair. That's
think
fair.
you can
And I'm willing to back off. when
kinda
we're-
give it a
when we're
rest.
Going over the line. Okay.
Kind of give it a
Yeah.
rest.
So I don't know. I felt like this was okay. I'm not into these walking simulators these days, especially like freezing in the cold and you're on the edge of death all day. Like I just, not for me.
Fine.
Did you get out of the mansion?
But that's just this game.
No,
No,
because it crashed. Well, it didn't crash. Obviously, it just stopped playing.
because I followed the radiation to where it got strong, and then it just teleported me out of the mansion to somewhere random, and I was like, oh, I can't be fucking bothered. Like, you made me walk through the whole mansion, and
Yeah.
now I'm out of the mansion, and I can't be bothered. So I was out as well. So it's a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Thumbs
No, I
down
would
for
like
me.
to say I would have continued playing it if it hadn't been that it hasn't got an auto save where it can save in. Because there's no reason it couldn't have saved in convenient locations. When you got to a new
Yeah,
area,
That's true.
there's no reason it couldn't have
And I'm
auto
just-
saved.
Right. And I've just reached a point in my life where I'm like, every game needs to be auto saving. Like, if there's a game that's not auto save, like Manor Lords is probably got auto save, but I don't take any chances with it. So if I don't know exactly when it's going to auto save, like when you go in or out of an instance in an MMO or like in or out of a dungeon in Skyrim or whatever, it's obviously auto saving. But I'm still mashing the quick save button in Skyrim. Every game that has a quick save, I'm just like, "Nyah, nyah, nyah." So I agree with you, Stu, that like any game that it has an autosave feature needs to be autosaving constantly. So
Yeah. Oh well, at least we agree on that.
yeah,
I never come across a bear.
and we all agree that this game ain't great.
Well, I think it actually was pretty cool, and I would have, like I say, I would have carried on if it hadn't been for the save system.
Mm,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want
Well,
to
three
be
thumbs down then.
when you're doing detective
kidding.
work and looking for clues and stuff.
But
I didn't realize I had to look for fireplaces at the
But
same
there,
time.
there wasn't any detective work to do. Like this
Well,
game.
no, but you're sort of constantly
some in the
picking,
house.
picking things up, yeah, and reading letters
Yeah.
and looking at stuff
Yeah.
that's going down.
It's that old school. I think it is trying to do the kind of old school deduction type stuff that we got in, like, like Myst, for better or worse, has some of that in it. Like, oh, you got to read this book and then you'll understand how the
What's
channel
going
would
on,
work
or
or
yeah,
whatever.
what's
yeah,
happening.
and you understand what's going on. And I that's the other thing is that like, it's weird as somebody who loves reading in general, but when it comes to games like this, as soon as I see all these letters and things, I'm like, hell no. And there was some note that's like on the table, and it was like, "On revenir bientôt," and I'm like, oh, it's in French, and it's like, "We'll be back," and it's like, I don't know. It just felt it's a French Canadian game.
Yeah, you
which,
can have it.
know,
By the way, you can have it with French narration if you like.
I'm sure you can.
No, it's in the
Zutero.
options. Yeah, it's in the options.
Okay.
So you can change it to French
That's cool.
narration if you wanted in French.
Hey, it's a form of preserving the culture, which is fine.
But yeah, it's half a thumbs up from me. So there you go.
Okay.
Mm,
And
So
two thumbs
one
down
half
from
thumbs
you
up
guys.
and 2 thumbs down from us. Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm not convinced.
All right. So then back to Ginny or Stu, I guess. 'Cause I don't have anything else.
Who's got the mic?
Yeah,
What
I'm
else you
going to
got,
talk.
Stu?
I'm going to talk about the Callista Protocol because I bought this in the Steam sale about a month in the spring sale.
Did
that
you
they
already
had.
start this?
No, I bought it a while ago and I've never started it. I was just like,
It's not like you. Sure.
I know, but I was like,
What is it?
It's the,
Callista Protocol is made by the same guys who made Dead Space, or one of the guys who
I was
made
gonna
Dead
say
Space.
it kind of looks like Dead Space.
it's basically Dead Space, but don't compare it to Dead Space
Not as much
because
as
Yeah, it to an extent it
Dead
is. The
Space.
setting's similar. It has some similar powers, but the combat's completely different. So they've switched up the combat like markedly from Dead Space, and it doesn't really tell you what the hell's going on. So you crash land on what's kind of like a prison planet. You crash land on this
Mhm.
planet. You get taken by this dude. And then he's like, "Oh, the governor wants to keep you," sort of thing. And you're like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm like, "I'm not done anything wrong." And he's like, "Tough shit, taking you anyway." And then they stick this thing in your neck to control you, but that turns out to be your health. as well.
Mhm.
But the combat's more melee focused.
Okay.
So whereas obviously Dead Space is very much shooting everything and blowing limbs off things, this is kind of the opposite. This is more brutal and visceral. It's got a weird system. It's to dodge enemies, you've got to move the left analog stick left or right, and if you move it left, it dodges to the left. Move it right, dodges to the right. There's no timing involved, so you don't have to wait till an enemy flashes or any of that kind of stuff to do it. You just do it as it's coming to attack, and you'll automatically swerve to the side. So which makes it kind of more fun in a way, because you're not.
I was going to ask if
constantly-
it made it fun or if it found it. I don't know. It's sort of quick timey, isn't it?
It's kind of, but
But it's
kind
not
of
timing based, so it's not. It's
No.
quick, but not quick time.
correct. It's not like it's not a pre-animated action
Right.
that you do. You just
Right,
move to the
right,
left
right.
or right when they attack
Okay.
you. And if you move backwards on the analog stick, he does like a defend, so he like hold up whatever you're using as a weapon.
Gotcha.
But it's good. I mean, it's kind of fun. I like the combat. Once it took a little bit of getting used to, but once I got used to the flow of it, it was kind of fun. I mean, the biggest issue I currently have, it's a little bit repetitive. You meet another guy who's in the prison, and it's a typical like, "Oh, get me out of here, and then we'll get off the ship together. We'll get away from this place together. But you got to help me first."
Is he going to betray you?
I have no idea. I thought that at first.
He's gonna
but I'm
die.
not. No, he's either going to die or
Gonna
betray.
die or he's going to betray you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be one or the other. But currently, he just keeps sending me to do like busy work. So it's like, oh, I need you to go and switch these switches.
Could you
on
get me a coffee?
in the medical center or whatever?
Could you get
Yeah.
me a chai latte?
Yeah, so it's a little bit like that. He's sort of keeps sending me off to different parts of the ship, and he's like, "I'll unlock the doors remotely for you to get you there," and all that kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of that. You find other crew members who are dead, and you can rip the things out of the neck, and then that allows you to get access to other levels. So they're like your security passes. So it's kind
Yeah.
of built into the neck thing that they have. And I've no idea what the creatures are or what's caused it, but there's some weird outbreak thing, I'm guessing, that's turned all the
It's a
crew-
demon. Everything's from a
Yeah.
demon.
to kind of like zombie creature things that attack you.
Yeah.
And obviously there's like robot sentries. and
Robert.
stuff.
Just a bunch
Yeah,
of blokes
Robot
called
sentry.
Robert.
Robert.
Hello, I'm Robert.
I was
I'm
telling
here.
the Duchess about
Here to
Fallout
kill
in
you.
the vault, and how there's the one vault with just Gary everywhere. It's just Gary. You remember that one? Gary. She was like, "That sounds really weird." I'm like, "Yes, it is."
Yeah, video games are weird.
That's
But
what
it
this is.
also,
It's just
it
acceptable.
also fucks you over, right? Because, and I don't know whether you're going to see this now. Yeah. So the first like case you open that you expect there to be ammo in or whatever, some fucking weird creature jumps on you. And you've got to mash like Y button to get it off you. And I didn't do it quite quick enough, and it went in my throat and killed me
Oh.
instantly.
That's the
but-
worst way to die.
Give you a
But
big
this
kiss.
game,
Give you a
I know. But this game has got an autosave feature, so it was fine, and it was only like a few minutes back from where I was. So yeah, and I knew what to expect the second time, so I didn't open the chest. I was like, "Fuck that! I ain't doing that." But it's good. There's a lot of fuse messing around. It's the usual stuff. People hated this game when it first came out.
Did
It
they?
was- yeah, it was given a lot of grief. It didn't run very well. There was a lot of optimization issues with it.
But the
it's-
game, though, that's how it runs. But the game, did they hate the game?
I don't know. I don't think they particularly liked it.
It's
The
got
impression again,
it's
didn't
like
particularly
6
like
out of
it.
10, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it wasn't like
It's like
massively received. Well,
Mm.
and it was an Epic Games exclusive when it first came out.
So there's a I don't know, some sort of side drop down option on Google when I googled this game, and it says reasons for failure. Right.
Yeah,
Everyone can agree that Callisto Protocol wasn't perfect. There's a lot of crawling in vents and squeezing through
Yeah,
pipes.
a
You had
lot of
some
that.
frustrating enemies that lacked variety, and there was a divisive combat system. So
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that. I quite like the combat. I didn't mind it. I don't mind it at all because at least it's different. Do you know what I mean? It's not your usual fare.
the game cost 200 million. Yeah, and it didn't recoup its cost.
Yeah, I doubt it. It looks great though. Can I just say it really does look good, and it is very visceral. You know, when you're fucking hitting stuff, it does feel great. The weird thing is, it's again like Dead Space. You stomp on stuff to get stuff out of them after you've killed them.
Yeah.
But I keep forgetting
Yeah.
to do it. I keep forgetting, and I wander off because in Dead
Oh,
Space,
no,
I
and it's
feel
still
like,
alive.
yeah. Do you know what? No, it doesn't do that, and I think that's the reason. Because in
Yeah.
Dead Space, a lot of the time you think something's dead and it isn't, and then it attacks you again, or
Yeah.
you come across something that you think is dead, and then it
Right.
attacks you. So you stomp on
Jumps up,
everything.
rah!
Yeah, you're constantly stomping on things automatically. As soon as you see something on the ground, you're stomping on it. Whereas this
Yeah.
game doesn't do that. So I keep forgetting to stomp on stuff to get the extra items out of it. So I have to keep going back.
So, but all you're losing out on is the items.
Yeah, like a bit of health or credits or whatever.
Right. Gotcha.
But then you can again. There's a big upgrade system, and there's what are there effectively the workbenches. So there are a lot of similarities. There are a lot of similarities. The one thing I would say, I am playing this on Steam Deck, and it works brilliantly. It looks amazing. It's a solid 30 frames a second. Like all the lighting effects look great. I'm kind of in awe of how well this runs. Considering all the issues he had when it first came out with optimization and stuff, this runs brilliantly on the Steam Deck. So yeah, so thumbs up for that. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. You know, as much as it is a little bit repetitive and
You
whatnot,
won't finish this, Stu.
I might do.
You
I might
won't.
do. I
You
might
ain't
do.
gonna fucking
Never
finish
know.
it.
But I'm enjoying
Prove
it.
'em wrong, man.
So there you go. Big thumbs up from me so far.
How long to beat? Let's have a look.
It's probably about. I don't think it's very long. I think it's about 12 hours. So that's not too terrible, you know.
10 hours, it says.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I reckon I can get through this because it's not a huge
see.
time investment.
Stu, I said,
Okay. I will accept it.
Said, meh.
Yeah, I got no desire to play this game. I don't know. It just looks scary and boring.
It's not that scary, to be honest.
Okay.
I haven't been scared at all so far. But I do agree, it is a tiny bit repetitive so far. So we'll see how that goes the further we get into it. See if we get some more variation in missions to do or locations.
I doubt it.
Well, you never know. I'm gonna hold out. You never know. It might.
Apparently, it's got a
improve.
weird ending as well. So.
Oh well, we'll
according to the-
see. We'll see. Right. Okie dokie. Back over to you, Chini, because you have played one other game, I believe.
Played another game. It's Manor Lords.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
And
speaking of Manor Lords.
how many hours in are you into this then?
I don't know. It's not many because I don't have a lot of time, but yeah, I'm addicted to the Manor Lords. There's a lot of figuring stuff out as well. Like, I think sometimes
Yeah.
like things glitch out. Like I got a saw pit to make planks, and I'm like,
planks,
why is
yeah.
this saw pit not working? Like, why can't I make any planks? And then I built another one, and they were making it, and I was like, I think that one's just fucked. And then yeah, it's just this constant battle of like, I need this, so you got to work your way back from how do I get like I've got a pub in my village now. How do I get ale? Well, I've got to get ale by
Right.
doing this
You
and
get
then
wheat or rye, and then you
No, you got to get
grind it, ferment
barley.
it.
You got to grow barley.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword of in-depth games like this. Is like there's a lot to do, and it's very rewarding when you make it work. But figuring out, you can't just be like, here's a tavern. People start making booze.
Yeah.
You have to have 20 steps along the
Got to
way.
grow barley. Got to then make barley into malt, and then make the malt into beer. Then how do I make malt into beer? Oh, you need somebody to do it in their back garden, and they will become a brewer, and then but they need to be a level 3, and you go, okay, so how do I make them a level 3? And it's like, well, you got to meet their demands, so they've got to have this and they've got to have that, and
they need a tavern to get.
they
to
need
the-
it. They need a pub actually, and you're like, well, I can't.
God.
What the fuck?
What the
So there's like,
fuck?
well, you got to
This is
import.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine when they're trying to figure out the forms that.
You got to import the ale for now, so you import
Yeah,
that, and then they're like, right, and then you like, oh, we don't have enough clothes on the market stores. Like, well, how do I fucking get? Well, you got to level up somebody else as well, so you got to level up them, and they've got to make clothes, and but they can't
That's
make.
the thing that kind of turned me off with this game a little bit. Is
And I was
all the
like,
complicated elements.
fucking hell, and but I do it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
just-
because it's deep. You're,
You got the
you're
sunken
loving it.
cost now.
Yeah, you're loving this game.
And then I was like, fuck, like what? the game's like, you got no food, dickhead, and I'm like, everybody's starving. I'm like,
Yeah, but we have a tavern.
Why?
Yeah,
Why
got
is,
booze.
why is everybody starving? And I realised I was exporting a lot of food to make money, and so basically I was going, everybody make eggs, grow veg.
You were being the
Right.
goddamn Soviet commissariat.
Yeah, you were.
And then I was
More
taking,
wheat for export.
and I said, you
We're
lot,
starving.
put this in a storage house. And I was like, no, you lot, sell it. But should we give it to the people? No, fuck them.
Oh, fuck the people.
So I was like, all right, I won't export as many of that stuff. And then I started to get a bit of food back. And yeah, it's yeah. You know, what I like about it, like the combat as well. So I got attacked, and I managed to hold them off. And I was like, right, I held them off. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And then there was just a bunch of corpses on the ground, and I was like, are they going to stay there? Or all these dead bodies are just going to stay there? And then I found out you can make.
Then they'll probably disease everybody.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then people can get
Why do you need a
disease.
cemetery?
People can get disease, so you got to make herbs out of the berries and stuff. But I was like, how do I get rid of these bodies? And then there's a lot of like, how do I do this? So I'll Google it, and they go, how did you do a trade route?
Yeah.
I'll Google it. Which I don't really mind with this type of game. I feel like some games, if you're Googling something, it's like a fail to the game. Whereas I feel
I
like
agree.
with
Yeah.
Manor Lords, it's kind of like a feature. It's like so weird how you look at it, but it's like, well, the part of the fun is sort of figuring things out. And then I found out I've got to look. Oh, you can make a corpse pit, and I'm like, oh, great. Or you can make the
Really?
church
Corpse
have like
pit?
graveyards and
I was
stuff.
going to say, not a graveyard, just dig a hole and
Yeah,
stick
you
all
can.
the bodies in
Yeah,
it.
because
It's
most
fine.
of them are bandits, so you don't really care. Just like throw them in. Yeah, so it's just this constant like, I need another ox, and then I was like, I didn't even. How did I get sheep? And I was like, oh, I imported 2 sheep. I'm like, I'm getting wool. So sometimes like things are happening, and you don't know. And then you can also like click on an area. So say for example, like, you know, you can click on the bloody tree chopper people down, and you can see where they are. You click on people, and it tells you where they are. It's like, what are you doing over there in the fucking church praying? Like, get out there! Stop praying and stop chopping wood.
happening.
You
Yeah,
fucking
fuck your spiritual enlightenment.
Don't
Get your
worry
ass in the
about
rain
God.
store.
Well, it's
He'll
like
be
I don't know if
there.
it does in this game, but in Banished, it's like, oh, this person's resting now. I'm like, fuck resting,
Yeah.
get to work.
get to
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
work.
Make some ale. What's
And
the
if
matter
I
with you?
hear another NPC go, "Oh, someone's coming soon," I'm like, "You fucking shut up! Or I'll throw you out."
Fuck summer.
Yeah, and like you know, more families keep moving in, and I'm like, great, more families to do work. I'm like, where are they all? I don't even know where the fuck are they. Like, and you know, your village grows slowly, and yeah, I need more. Like, I need this woman to make spears, and I'm like, she's making spears. I'm like, but there's no spears now. I've run out of like an iron, my iron plot. I don't know where you get iron, where you mine iron. That's run out of iron, so now I'm fucked. So I'm like, now I need to move to a different district. How do I move to a different district? And nothing grows on my land, so it's not very fertile at all. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, because
fucking
they got those soil overlays too,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, this is
I
where you
can't-
figure out the best place.
there's a
to plant.
tiny-
fuck all that shit.
There was a tiny little bit of blob of land that I could grow barley on. Just a tiny bit. I was like, right, I'll grow some barley there. And then, how do I get to another bit? Oh, you've got to build a manor. You've got to have influence. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. I was like, fuck, it never ends. It's just a to-do list that never ends. And I love it.
Yeah, I can tell.
glad
I
to
can
hear you
tell.
love
I
it.
I
don't.
really like it.
I
I think
all
with
that
these
stuff-
kinds of
yeah.
games, I'm like, I just need less intricacy for myself. I want to kind of set it up. Like Banished, I think, you know, the Banished 2.0s, I think, are doing it for me because there's ways to advance. There's this, you know, technology tree. I feel like this one, I'm gonna keep playing it because I did play a little bit this week, but I just think it's too intricate and it's too, I don't know. It is more satisfying when you do get stuff working. So maybe I'll keep going if it keeps being satisfying enough. But I just think it's a little too intricate for me. I don't know. What were you gonna say, Stu?
No, I was just going to say much the same. I think it's too much management for my liking, but I can see why Chinny likes this.
But I'll be honest,
think-
I'm surprised that Chinny got this far into it. Because
No.
normally when I'm talking about games like Stellaris or whatever, he's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, but you can
So-
relate to this, can't you, Chinny? This is more relatable. For
I don't
you,
know.
guess.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
guess.
It's like I don't know what it is about this.
I mean,
game.
it's like Prison Architect, isn't it? Or City Skylines.
It's-
You like all that intricacy
I
and
do. Yeah, I do like.
City
Seeing how
Skylines isn't
everything-
that intricate though.
No, yeah, this one's more intricate, and I feel like Sorry,
prison-
excuse the bike
What is that?
outside. I have to
I
open
thought
the
that was a
window.
lawnmower.
No, I've got the windows open because it's really.
No,
loud.
that's fine. But to be fair, Prison Architect is a lot like this in that respect because you've got to get everything balanced and everything working right, otherwise the prisoners start stabbing each other.
There's a bit of that. Yeah, there's a bit of
Yeah.
and just like I like the organic growth of this because you sort of see why towns are made the way they are, or you know what I mean. Like you like.
Yeah,
I need
right.
more houses. I haven't got time to make it look pretty. I just need to fucking bang them here because I haven't got any time. So like this village sort of organically, and I'm like, well, this is kind of the centre, so I'll just make this the marketplace, and everybody can. And then all of a sudden, that's a town centre, you know. And you're like, that's how like a real town. That's how most of the towns and cities in England were formed. Was like, I don't know, just fucking chuck it there, and we'll work it out. And yeah, I like that, and it's just loads of nice polish, you know, when you zoom out to the map and you can see the land change. You can see all the houses that you've plotted down on the map and stuff. Really cool. But then there's just like a lot of mystery with it. It's like you've never really quite. I think what I like about it is with City Skylines and Prison Architect, it's really once you've got the hang of it, it's quite quick to get to the end goal, which is like have a really nice prison or city that runs. Whereas there's so much to do and it's so hard to sort of get going. The progress is so slow in Manor Lords that I feel like it's more addictive in a way because you know what's there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I think it's weird because you can fast forward time, but then you're not able to do stuff. I'm assuming while you're fast forwarding time.
Well,
so
no,
it's all
you
about
can,
fast.
but
but
you
you've set up like, okay, yeah, I want the tavern to be built here, and then it's like, I don't want to wait for it to get built. So like,
but it just shows you how long it takes for like things to just happen. Because you're like, I need to upgrade these row of houses to level 2, and you're like, but I haven't got the wood to do it. Now I've got to fucking make sure I've got to take people off making roof tiles, like fuck them off, and then I've got to because I think the cool thing is like assigning families to things. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you can't right. The priority no more is roof tiles. Fuck them. We've always got to have berries coming in. We've always got to have like eggs coming in, all that sort of stuff. But let's not mine anymore. Let's just make wood. But you got to chop down trees to make wood. So like, where are you going to chop it down? And then all of a sudden you got this like empty land, and you're well, I might as well build there now. And it just keeps going and going and going and
evolving.
Yeah, and it's just really addictive. And I love it. And it just feels like you haven't cracked it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Is like I haven't cracked it yet. I haven't got this.
I do feel like you're gonna play this game for a long time.
Well, yeah. I mean, Ollie at work, he's playing it as well, and he says like, once you get your district to a level where it's kind of running self-sufficient, you move on to the next district, and the idea is to dominate the whole map. But eventually, you get into conflict. You'll get into a rival.
So are you even doing any combat yet, or is it?
No, I only do combat when it comes to me. Really, like there was a bunch of bandits that came to me. I killed most of them. And then they set up
because I was having bandits stealing my stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm not in a position to deal with that.
That always happens. Like people will just steal things. Yeah, that's just
part of it.
So that's just part of life. But the bandits set up a camp in my region, so I went over. I purposely went over there and killed them all because I was like, I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. I don't want any of that in my region. So yeah, it's it's a hell of a game. It's a hell of a game.
A lot of depth.
A lot of depth, and I'll be playing it for a while. For show.
There you go. Duke, anything else from you?
That it? No, that's it. I'm done.
Stu, we're gonna start a video game, aren't we, this week?
We are. Yeah, we can talk about my last game.
But for what's the feature called? Oh, does it hold up? Yeah, I forgot.
Does it?
I wish we could delete it somewhere.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So, yeah, for next week, we're going to play Uncharted 4, which I suppose isn't older than 10 years.
No, but it feels... It's only just. It's not far off when I looked.
It feels right. It feels right.
We've got to do it because we've finished the games then.
Amazingly, it's 8 years old.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's not far off.
That's crazy. So we might as well finish off the saga.
The Uncharted saga.
Yeah, and I'd like to play the DLC as well because the DLC.
You've never played this, have you?
I've never played Uncharted.
No, you've never played Uncharted 4. So that's kind of funny. I have. Can I just say I played and finished it, but it's 8 years ago, which is remarkable. I can't believe it's 8 years.
I feel like Uncharted 4 is like a new game. You know, like
it's older than you think.
It is older than you think. yeah, so we'll be playing that next week. So look forward to us
Yeah.
talking bollocks about that. And then we've got
Hey,
the.
check that out.
Would you
people.
play? Did you play the Uncharted Legacy of something?
I did. Legacy of Thieves.
Yeah, maybe.
I played that as well.
Would you play that or no?
It was pretty good actually. I kind of enjoyed it.
Would you
I
play it
kinda
for
liked
this?
it.
Does it hold up or no?
I don't know whether we need to. If I'm
No,
being totally
I think
honest.
I'll play it.
We need
but,
to watch the film.
We need to watch
the
the film.
movie.
We need to watch
the
the film.
movie.
Maybe
as
we
well.
could watch the film when you when you're
Yeah,
up.
maybe we could. Maybe we could do that.
Yeah, but you'll be
Um,
too busy giving cuddles to the baby. You know,
Indeed.
that's the thing.
Indeed. No,
Yeah.
scaring her. What
Or
tends to happen with me and babies
Gawking
is
at
they,
your award.
yeah, they
Yeah.
don't like me much.
Oh,
Okay. Final game I'm going to talk about tonight is PGA Tour 2K21 because I am totally addicted to this game.
wow! Look
Oh,
at you.
snap. Golf time.
But it's not been without its issues.
Okay.
And I've had a few because initially I couldn't play it on the Steam Deck. For some reason, it kept saying needs to update and it just wouldn't load. So it just didn't work at all. Then there was an update and then it worked. And then what I found when I did the actual story mode, the PGA Tour thing that you can do, it would only let me play the first round. And then when it got to the end, when you tried to advance, it would just stay where it was on that page and you couldn't advance. You couldn't end the round. And as a result, when you like exited the game and went back in again, you just let you play the first round again. You couldn't advance to the next one.
Ugh.
I'm just like, oh, for God's sake. And I did it 3 times because I did it on different days before I realized it was the same golf course. And I'm just like, hold up a minute. There's something going on here. This isn't right. So I Googled it and I found a Reddit. What did you do before Reddit? But I found a Reddit thread. And
There were more like random forums, but Reddit has definitely streamlined it and made it easier to find conversations, which is very nice.
So someone had put like having trouble on the Steam Deck, can't advance beyond the first round. Anyone else having this issue? And somebody said, yeah, having the same problem. And then another guy chimed in and said, I set it to Proton 6 and then it worked fine. Right. So Proton, just for anyone who doesn't realize, because Steam Deck runs on Linux, it has a special layer on top of that, which is called Proton, which then makes that compatible with Windows launchers. So it launches Windows games without having to have Windows installed on the system. So that's what Proton does. And they're constantly updating it. So we're up to Proton 9.7.2 or something now. And this needed 6. What's kind of cool, though, is because they're only fairly small files, it stores all of the previous Protons on your Steam Deck. And you can go to a game's settings and then to manage. And then you can actually change and force it to use whichever Proton you want. So I just went into the settings, set it to Proton 6.3.4 or whatever the hell's, number 6 Proton. And then lo and behold, it worked. So,
Yay.
yeah, so I've been playing that ever since now. I've played about 5 rounds and I'm in the Pro Tour now on PGA, which is cool because it's got all the professionals, players' names. I've been playing against Justin Rose today. And it kind of does it in real time. So it always shows the leaderboard, shows you where they are. But one of the cool things, although it is a bit sort of breaks the flow a little bit, in between shots sometimes it'll do a replay of another player and what they've been doing. So it'll say, such and such a body did this amazing shot out of the bunker, and then it'll show them chipping in from the bunker and stuff like that. Or it'll show them sort of chipping in from the edge of the green or doing a really long putt. And sometimes it'll show them when they just miss it. Do you know what I mean? So it gives you all these replays. You can skip them. You can press skip in and it'll just skip. So I was enjoying that. And I thought, do you know what? I've got a fancy Steam Deck with a fancy screen that has anti-glare. So I'm going to get out in my hammock outside. I'm going to play some golf, which worked fine until I realized it needed an online all-the-time connection to work. So I was just like, so I'm sat in the garden. I got to the end of the round. So it did let me play out the round. But when it got to the end to update everything, it was like, connection lost, can't update, error. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, luckily I have an extender into the garden. So I had then to connect it to the extender. And then once I did that, it kind of worked. But I had to go back out of the game, then back into the game. So that was a bit of a faff. So yeah, it's online all the time. So you've got to always be online when you're playing the tour. And I'm assuming,
bogus.
yeah, some of the actual playing it, I don't know, playing normal courses, I don't know. But other than that, I'm absolutely loving it. I love the touch. I love the controls. I love how it looks. I really like everything about this game. I think it's really, really, really a good golf game. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it's one of the best golf games I've played. So there you go, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the competition. I like how it sort of gives you. What's kind of funny, sometimes it'll give you players in the leaderboard that have nearly finished the round, so you know what to aim for. But then other times they'll be on similar holes to you, and it's kind of a bit of a shoot off, you know, and you're constantly trying to make sure you don't get behind them as you're sort of playing the game. And a couple of times it's been touch and go where I'm going to beat them at the end of the round. So yeah, I'm liking it, loving it. PGA Tour 2K21. Can't recommend this at $59.99 or whatever the hell it is at full price. But if you see it in a sale, stick it on your wish list on Steam. It's definitely worth having at a fairly cheap price, I would have said. So there you go.
Unless you hate golf.
Unless you hate golf, yeah. If you like golf, you're probably going to like it. But other than that, you're probably not going to like it if you don't like
I need
golf.
to play real golf.
I know, yeah. No, it
Right,
did take me back to it. I mean, it's been great today. Sat out in the sun playing a golf game in the sun. Even though I'm not really playing golf, it's kind of giving me that feeling. Yeah, I like it. Really
Yeah.
like it.
Shall we? I'm guessing you're done, Stu.
I am.
Shall we do the episode 50 draw?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
How do I get this on the screen? Let's have a look.
I don't have a jingle for that, but I can go ahead and play this.
Yeah, I feel that works
On
pretty well.
£3.50.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, don't do that. Okay, this is the best I can do. So, we got these people in the draw. These are our Patreons.
Yeah.
On the something level.
Give us some money!
They're on the elite level.
Ooh, yeah. Give us a lot of money.
Yeah, so that's fun. So we'll put them on there, and I'm just going to randomly put on people in the chat, because there's people in the chat,
do
you see.
that. Why not?
So I'm going to put James Bevan on the chat. Bevan. I'm going to put
Bevan.
Soul Brother on the chat. And I'm going to put Ian, who's always in the chat. Ian, he always
Ian's
starts.
always.
He always.
in the
I
chat.
think he says hello, and then he either just never says anything again, or switches it
Maybe he
straight off.
leaves. Maybe
Yeah,
he just
I
says
think
good
he just
evening and
leaves.
then leaves.
So we're going to do the thing. Shall we do it? Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
do the thing. Do
Here
the
we
thing.
go. So this is our episode 50
Spin it
draw. Sorry we didn't have a show where we
Yay.
actually
I know, yeah.
invite you
Nah.
on, but we forgot.
We
so.
do what
Yes.
I want. We do what we want.
Nothing
you If you
special.
wanted something
So,
special.
Nothing special.
Yeah.
The winner
Fuck up.
is Seth McNitt. Seth McNitt.
Ah,
snap.
That's what. So
Nice one.
yeah, I will send Seth a message, say, "Oh, you won a thing."
So what's he won? What's he won? We
I
don't
don't
even
know.
know.
Congratulations, here's your chicken dinner.
Why do I have chicken now?
He'll win a T-shirt. He'll win a T-shirt. That's what he'll win.
T-shirt, Seth. Get your T-shirts ordered.
Well-
Get
Welcome.
your T-shirt. So
Yeah.
there you are. Well done, Seth. You got
Well
a
done,
T-shirt.
Seth.
Yay.
There you go.
Well done.
Excellent. Right, shall we do
All
some
right.
emails?
Next.
Shall we do
I think
Emails.
It's time for
Whoa, that ruled.
So the first email this evening is from Jason. And he says the brain is the biggest erogenous zone.
Sure.
There you go. It's a bit of a claim, that. Bit of a claim.
Well, it's from the Big Lebowski.
Oh, is that what it's from? There you go.
Yep.
The regular old dude, which is also from the Big Lebowski. See what he did there. The regular old dude may feel differently, but I believe that Ryan Cohen is about to introduce a big old whopper and become the world's largest video game publisher. Much like Jackie Treehorn, this guy is a social advocate.
There you go.
Video
Jackie
games,
Treehorn treats objects like women, man.
yeah. Video games of the future. I've seen the metaverse. I've also watched as Fortnite and Lego began their plans to allow for players to create worlds within the Epic universe. Braids on Netflix gaming, Game Pass, watch GameStop take this to a whole other level. Roaring Kitty didn't just tweet a meme of a gamer leaning forward to game on all for nothing. I don't know what that means. Any ideas?
Here's what I think.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Of course you weren't. You're all about to witness some epic shit over at GameStop, and I'm here for it. New shit has come to light, and I cannot wait to see new worlds come to life. Speaking of this, I would highly recommend listening to Rizwan Verk, or Verk, I don't know, where he talks about the simulation hypothesis and the simulated universe, which is his podcast. Search it out or read his books. Anyway, as for me, I like the stock. Yeah, apparently there's been another one of these. Let's increase the value of GameStop stock.
Stop it.
So, yeah,
Moon stocks, dude, to the moon.
Yeah, so that's been happening again. Now, addressing the lame comments I've heard from the veterans, you like the mean Jason? Well, fuck right off, assholes. Saint Measles asked you if you've ever had to deal with negative reviews, and you somehow get triggered into ranting about rich YouTubers. Did you know?
The you there is singular, right?
Yeah. Did you not comprehend the question? Hell, come to Texas and watch Mike Tyson punch Logan Paul out for you crybabies. The fight is close. I mean, this is just the most ridiculous thing anyway, just saying. The fight is close to my castle so we can get tacos. And I can try to better understand you. I don't think I'll ever figure out the mystery of the veteran gamers' minds. But again, Mike Tyson and Logan Paul having a scrap. What the fuck? Just saying. Save your brains and go watch Roaring Kitty's latest videos. They hold deep fucking value.
Do they really?
Yeah, do they really? Exactly. Braid on Phone sucks. Big Kitty in the City release that was just good timing. And Simogo game may be too difficult for the veterans. Yeah, Simogo released a new game. Again, where you need a notepad and paper, you know, and pens and stuff to write shit down as you're playing it. Look, you're saying that, but you have to do that with bloody Myst. So, and you love that game.
Yeah, that's true. And now I'm older and I don't have that patience anymore.
Yeah, you can't be bothered writing stuff. Who would want to write stuff? Poor Tracy, she deserves Employee of the Year. My email too long, deleted. At least I got it out of my system. Most listeners still mad. Lol, I feel heard. Jason.
Well, here's what I say to that, Gallagher.
Stay out of Malibu, Lebowski! Ow. Stay out of Malibu, deadbeat!
There you go.
There you go.
There you go,
You're
Jason.
welcome.
That's told you.
Yeah, stay out of Malibu.
I remember when I first watched The Big Lebowski, because you'd hyped it up so much, Duke.
Great movie.
And I was like, is that it?
It's all right. I'm with you on this shit.
Oh, fucking heresy.
I'm kind of with you.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
I'm saying,
but that's not enough. You need to talk.
I didn't love it though.
My problem is like, I'd seen, they did No Country for Old Men, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
And I'd seen that, right? And
Very
I was like,
different kind of movie.
And I was like, man, I love that film. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm so excited to watch
Have you seen Barton Fink?
Yes.
Because that's closer to that. I mean, they're both noir films. So,
Yeah.
And No Country for Old Men is definitely a noir.
I didn't
and Lebowski
mind.
is not a noir film.
I didn't mind Barton Fink. I think it is a movie written for writers. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Totally. And for nerds and like, I think people who are caught up in their own ass.
Yeah.
Like it's taking aim at them.
Pretentious.
Like you don't listen. That's the problem.
Pretentious wellyheads. Yeah.
Right.
See, I've shifted focus from giving Stu Jip, and I'm now giving Duke Jip.
There you go.
Bring it.
So, yeah, I recognise that Barton Fink is sort of more important. It's a more important movie. It's not really for me, but I didn't like Chinatown. Everybody fucking jizzes about Chinatown. And I get it. I was like, yeah, writers like it. I get it. And then, yeah, I watched Big Lebowski, and I was like, I was expecting so much more. I was expecting it to be so much more
And a
I
movie like
dunno.
Lebowski, I think it gets built up sometimes. You know,
I was
saw
waiting
the
for it
Blair
to
Witch
start.
Project.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, is that it's very much, you know, he's a guy for his time and place, you know, and so I think the movie is the same way. It's gonna hit with a lot of people, and it's not gonna hit with some people, and that's fine.
Yeah. No,
And if
no,
it
I
doesn't
agree.
hit for you, then you suck.
Did you
and I hate
like Napoleon Dynamite?
I never saw Napoleon Dynamite.
I hated it. I hated it.
A lot of
Oh, you
students hate
didn't
that.
like?
I hated it.
Oh, I thought you said I like Napoleon Dynamite.
I hated it. That was hyped as well.
Yeah, I've only seen a bit of it. I must
I was
admit, I've
like,
never watched it all.
This is not funny at all.
I think you've got to have a certain type of sense of
Yeah,
humour
but
to
and by
get
that,
it.
Stu, you got to have a bad sense of humour to get it.
Yeah, well, maybe that's
Um,
true.
Anyway, there's my rant about the Big Lebowski. Oh,
We have got another email, but this is also a quiz, and I'm guessing more or less aimed at Duke. This is kind of a Duke quiz.
Uh-oh.
So,
Do quiz. Should I play
Yeah.
the thing with the
You
quiz
can
song?
do. Can do.
Okay.
It's a quiz.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
All right. Let's hear
Okay.
the quiz.
It's
Do
a
I keep
full.
score?
Yeah, I'm guessing this is more aimed at you than Chinny or I, but Chinny has played a lot of the Fallout games, so I've not played as
Oh
many.
boy, Fallout.
It's
Okay.
a Fallout quiz from a silent gamer, and he says,
Fallout
"Hi,
quiz
Stu, Chinny and Duke. Hope you're all well with everything going Fallout crazy. I've created a Fallout quiz for you. There are 5 questions all
Yay,
related
Fallout quiz.
around the Fallout games.
Okay, 5 questions.
So question 1 of number 5, and this is this. Which of these is a robot in the Fallout universe? Is it A, Jack, B, Pathfinder, C, Fulgore, or D, Liberty Prime?
Liberty
Liberty
Prime.
Prime.
Liberty Prime.
Liberty Prime.
from Fallout
Locking it
3.
in. Locking
It's
it
the end
in.
of Fallout 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Liberty Prime.
Yes, it is. Classic.
Lock it in. Here we go.
Democracy is non-negotiable.
Hold up. I'm a bit confused here.
Uh-oh.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
It's
Please
because,
stand by.
sorry. It's just ignore
It's
me.
okay.
Ignore me.
All right. What? Who
So
said
he
that?
said,
We do that a lot.
I know, yeah. He said answer, and then he gives an explanation of the other answers. So that's what threw me slightly.
Oh, okay.
A, Jack is a robot from Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Oh, okay.
So let's see if you know the others. Then.
Go on, yeah.
Pathfinder, where's that from?
Pathfinder, that rings a bell.
That's not Titanfall, is it?
No.
I can't remember.
You have played this game. A bit,
No,
a little
it rings
bit,
a bell.
quite
It rings a
bit,
bell.
Quite
Yeah.
a bit of it.
Mass Effect?
No, Pathfinder's from Apex Legends.
Well, yeah,
Apex
yeah,
Legends.
yeah. Okay.
Fulgore, again, I wouldn't have got this.
No, I don't know what that is.
You may know it when I say it, but it's from Killer Instinct, which is like a one-on-one fighting game, isn't it? From
Yeah,
back in the day.
I remember playing it, but
Yeah, wouldn't have known the name of the character.
Mm.
And the correct answer, as you both said, is D, Liberty Prime, which is from Fallout 3.
Oh, yeah.
Well done there. Question 2 of 5. Which of these is a cult in Fallout?
Ooh, okay.
Is it A, the cult of Cosmos, B, the cult of Mars, C, the cult of Reaper, or D, the cult of Kukulkan? Kukulkan. There you go.
Huh. I was waiting to hear one that didn't show up. Read them again.
Cult of Cosmos, cult of Mars, cult of Reaper, or cult of Kukulkan?
I have no idea.
no
Can you?
idea. No.
You're going to take a
Let's
guess?
say,
I'll go Cosmos.
um,
Cosmos, that's what I'll go with.
Cosmos for Chini.
yeah, let's go with Cosmos. Why not?
So we're locking in A, Cosmos.
Those must be Children of Adam,
And
'cause that's a cult.
no, unfortunately, you are wrong. A, the Cult of Cosmos. These are all really out of video games, which I kind of like. Cult of Cosmos is from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Cult of the Reaper is from Command and Conquer.
Oh,
Cult of Kukulkan is from Shadow of the Tomb Raider. which is
ooh,
kind of cool.
okay.
So the answer was B, Cult of Mars, which is from Fallout New Vegas. And the Cult of Mars is the faux Roman state religion of Caesar's Legion.
Oh, Kaisar, first of all, is how you pronounce it. That's interesting because I don't remember ever coming into contact with that. I wonder if you have to do the Kaisar like plot line in order to encounter
Maybe,
it.
I don't remember that. I don't remember much about Vegas.
I'm just embarrassed that I got it wrong.
I'm embarrassed for
Shame
you,
to my
actually.
Ancestors.
So cack.
Kenqui. Yeah.
So there, Cult of Mars is the answer. So there you go.
Okay. Children of Adam is also an answer.
Yeah, but it's not in this.
I should get extra credit for knowing an additional cult.
No, you don't.
No, you
Yes.
don't.
What's the
No,
one
you
in Red Dead 2? You saved the brother from cult?
It's the same cult that's in GTA 5. I forgot the name of it though.
Oh, okay. Rising Suns.
Question 3 or 5. Which is the name?
Okay.
Which is these is the name of a dog in Fallout?
Okay.
So is it A, Rex?
Yeah.
B, Chop?
No, that's GTA.
C-
GTA.
Oh, you see, you're getting these now, aren't you? C, Boomer.
But no, that's the. Isn't that for Left 4 Dead?
I don't know. Or D, Riley.
I'll say Rex.
So you're
Is it
going
Rex?
Rex?
I think Rex is the.
I thought I was gonna say dog meat. Dog meat is the one. From
Dog meat
Fallout
is
3,
Fallout
isn't it?
3, isn't it? Yeah, dog meat. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm getting all these answers that aren't options, but they are answers.
Well, Chinny.
See, this is why multiple
Chinny-
choice is a flawed way of
Let's see
thinking
if
about things.
Chinny is right. Chinny
All right, let's
is
see if Chinny's right with
absolutely
Rex.
correct.
Hey.
The answer is Rex, which
Two
is
out of
from
three.
Fallout New Vegas, which is a robotic dog.
Oh,
who's
that's
it-
right.
You know who's
yeah.
owned?
The
Who's
King
it
has
owned?
it. Yeah,
Indeed,
King.
owner of the King, Elvis
Right.
Presley
See, extra
impersonator
credit.
group,
We got like 10 points with all this extra credit.
has a
we got coming
quest
in.
and can become one of the career's companions. So
That's
there you
right.
go.
But first, you got to take it to get a new brain or whatever from the Morgantown. Or
Chinny
whatever it
is also correct. Chop is from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one that what's his name owns.
Yeah. Boomer.
Wait,
Should've
wait,
got-
what's his name?
Franklin.
Not Marcus. Franklin. Thank you.
Frankly.
Yeah, put
Boomer,
peanuts
you
in.
should have got this, Duke. I'm quite disappointed. You have definitely played this game. So I would have thought you'd have got this.
Not Skyrim.
No.
There is a dog in Skyrim that leads you to the mask of.
I'm not sure
Harmless
whether Chinny's
Violin
played
or
this, but
whatever his
Chinny
name
may
is.
have played this as well.
All right, go
It's
ahead.
quite
hit
an
me,
old game,
Boomer.
but
I
it
don't
is Boomer's from Far Cry 5.
know. Okay, Boomer.
I have played that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And
not really
Riley,
dog,
Riley's from Call of Duty Ghosts.
but... Oh, okay.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
Cool.
I kind of like this. I like all this extra info. It's kinda- and I
Yeah,
like the fact
It
that
is
they're all
interesting.
real
It's
answers.
like a quiz within a quiz. Yeah.
It is a quiz within a It's
Well,
a
they're
meta
often
quiz.
references to
Meta
different
quiz.
video games. Yeah. All right. Question 4.
Question 4 or 5. Which of these is a DJ in Fallout?
If the one I'm thinking of isn't the answer,
Well,
I'm just
see-
gonna burn this quiz to the ground.
Well,
Go ahead.
say your answer. I'll tell you if it's a.
3 Dog. Arrgh!
Nope, no, it's not there.
What?
Okay,
Are you
so
kidding me? Come
so
on.
the choices are A, Dwayne Earl, B, Charles Laveau, or Lavo, I don't know how you pronounce that, Laveau. C,
Are there actual
Travis,
names?
C, Travis Miles, or D, Pat Main. Well, I'm assuming these are all DJs in video games.
Chuck D's of DJ in Grand Theft San Andreas.
So Dwayne Earl, Charles Laveau, Travis Miles, or Pat Main. Chinny, any guesses?
Pat Main sounds familiar, so I'll go with Pat Main.
I'm happy to go with Pat Main.
Pat Main, and let's see if you're right. Unfortunately, you are incorrect.
Oh
You
well.
are incorrect.
3 Dog is the right answer. God damn it. Fallout DJ. Ask 100 people who've played Fallout games who's the DJ in Fallout, and they 98 of them
So
will say
which
3
Fallout
Dog.
game is it, by the way?
3.
Oh well, unfortunately,
Fallout 3.
it's the DJ from Fallout 4, so that's why you're incorrect.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to the radio there because you don't have to. You had to do it in Fallout 3. Come on.
And it's actually Travis Miles. Travis Miles
Okay.
from Fallout 4. And he's a host and DJ for Diamond City Radio. So that's who he is.
I'm in City Radio News.
Dwayne
he's
Earl.
the weird one who I don't know what to do. And you're like trying to get him to have confidence or something.
So there you do know who he is. But Dwayne Earl.
I mean, I know the character in a general sense. I don't know his fucking name.
Dwayne Earl, any guesses, Chinny? You should know this.
Say again.
Dwayne
Chinny
Earl.
knows.
Dwayne Earl.
Dwayne
I'm
Earl.
gonna
Dwayne
guess
Earl.
it's GTA.
It is GTA 5 yet again. Dwayne
Again,
Earl.
in Duke's point, the only GTA that you should mention in GTA games is Laszlo, because Laszlo
only
has
DJ.
been a DJ or a radio DJ in GTA games since GTA 3, and in
Right.
GTA
Really?
5 there was a mission where you actually see Laszlo and you do stuff with him. So yeah, Laszlo has always been the sort of funny DJ.
Do stuff with him, like butt stuff.
Yeah, some butt stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. some butt stuff.
Charles.
I gotta play
Charles,
GTA 5.
Charles Laveau is from Mafia 3. And
Okay.
Jesus.
Makes sense because
Pat.
it takes place in New Orleans.
Pat Main is from Alan Wake.
Well, there you
Oh,
go. You
God,
should have got
I'm
that
sorry,
one.
I
I
said
should have
it.
got that. I should have got that. I didn't.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
should've.
remember. And the final question. Here we go. Final one. Let's see if we can go out on a high. Here we go. Which of these is a perk in the Fallout universe?
Mm.
Which is a perk?
Interesting.
There's a lot of perks. It's
Well,
hard.
let's see if you know which one it is.
Let's see.
A, security bullseye. B, extreme conditioning.
I
C,
think
concentrated fire.
that's definitely it.
Or D, nimble fingers.
Concentrated fire.
I'll go with whatever.
Every
Duke
time
says.
you get a hit in VATS, you are more likely to get the next hit in VATS.
Okay, we're going with that? Yeah,
Sure.
Chinny, you agree?
Yes.
I'm happy with that.
Here we go. And you would be correct.
Hmm.
So
yeah,
yeah,
3 out of
well
5,
done.
baby.
Well done. So yeah, it is concentrated
60%,
fire.
It's a D. Woohoo.
Which is from Fallout 3, and it says while targeting enemies' body parts in VATS, each huge shot on the same body part has a 5%
I thought it was in other
chance
games too.
to hit it.
It
Well, it
might
may
be.
be.
It might be.
It might be. It might be. So Security Bullseye, any ideas what game this is from?
Not a clue. When you're talking about
Nope.
perks, I mean, like they're dime a dozen, aren't they?
See,
perks?
it's in 3, it's in New Vegas, it's in 4, it's in 76,
alright,
it's in
it's
the
just-
role-playing game and the board game.
He's just
I'm
cited
saying,
the-
though, I know more about Fallout than this person.
He's only saying he's only citing the first game it was in, Duke.
I know.
Calm
It's
down.
okay. I'm just salty about Three Dog, that's all. I just love Three Dog. I'm
Well,
the Big Lebowski.
Security Bullseye is from Bioshock. It causes all security devices in the area to attack the target. So
No
that's what that
chance.
is. Extreme Conditioning is from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It doubles the player's sprinting time.
No.
And finally, Nimble Fingers is from Fallout 3, and pistols, SMGs, and shotguns can be reloaded 25% more quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I love a good perk tree, me.
I do.
Yeah.
So thank you
You should,
for
you
that.
should play Path of Exile. The one thing Path of Exile has is an bonkers perk tree. You zoom out and it's just enormous.
No, a good one doesn't mean a big one.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it
You can
doesn't.
But there's so many builds possible, though.
That's
means
the
good
that's the title of
perks.
the show, by the
Good
way. A good
build.
one doesn't mean a big one.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Size doesn't matter.
Anyway, you finished it off. Hope you enjoyed that. All the best. Cheers. A
Yes,
silent
it was awesome.
game.
Now
I thought
do
it was
one
brilliant.
for Skyrim.
Yeah, do a Skyrim one. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like this.
But make sure all the answers are things that I know.
Well,
already.
no, it could be Elder Scrolls in general. I don't know. I think Skyrim's a bit.
I don't know shit about Morrowind. Who does?
Yeah, but well,
Nerds,
okay.
that's who.
From Oblivion and Skyrim. What about?
Yeah,
that?
only the 2 games, right?
Yeah, the two games
Oblivion
Duke
and
knows
Sky-
about.
See,
Oblivion
you
and
wanted
Skyrim.
to extend it to Oblivion because you know Oblivion and you don't
Well,
know
I know
Skyrim.
Oblivion, but yeah, the Oblivion and
Which is
Skyrim
fine. So
quiz.
yes, I know Oblivion as well. So that's
Then do one about,
that's acceptable to us.
Do one about GTA
Yeah, do it about
Yeah.
GTA.
or Rockstar.
Hurry it up, make it quick.
Make more quizzes.
Yeah, make more quizzes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you,
we
we
enjoyed
love
that.
that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Right, let's
Right,
do.
we got
the
1 or 2 speak pipes?
We've got 4 speak pipes. 5 in fact.
Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
There's a lot of
God
speak
damn,
pipes.
people.
Can we just say 5
Apparently
speak
we do
pipes?
have a lot of speak pipes. Yeah. And the first one is from.
My name is Jacinta.
Here we go.
Hi, Stu and Duke and Chinny. Just had
Hi.
to chime in. I paused the podcast in a rage. Yeah, social media influencing is definitely a job. That is most definitely a.
Listen, Jacinta, we decided we're going to move on and not pick on Stu.
Yeah,
Come on, give it
it's
up.
a matter of opinion.
No,
It's
no,
just
no.
a matter of
No,
opinion.
Let's just play the audio. Let's play the audio.
Oh, we're going to play the audio.
Job / career. A little while ago, before I had a child, I decided that I wanted to do Twitch streaming and try to be successful with it.
I didn't know that.
I got to affiliate. I was doing it for a few months. I was streaming 20 hours a week, including working. I also had randomly met some people who helped make it more possible for me to actually achieve those goals. I worked my ass off for months and I made $50
Oh, no.
American dollars. It's a job. It might seem easy, Twitch streaming. It might seem easy posting like an Instagram shot, but like there's a lot of research and connections that you have to make to actually make money out of it. It's basically, I imagine most of the time they're going to be emailing and calling sponsors, doing deals, working out exactly the latest trend, what to post at what time. It's not as casual as it looks. I think that it most definitely is a career, and to say otherwise is kind of naive, perhaps. It's not necessarily hugely benefiting society, but it's definitely a career, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
she sent another one as well. Are we going to let the second one play, or are we going to respond to that?
No, let's talk about this first of all. I mean, look,
Okay, go ahead.
we all have our own opinions on these things. I personally, this is the way I'd look at it. I streamed Flight Simulator during lockdown, loads of it. I did loads of it. I was doing it every other night. I was streaming that and DJing stuff. I was streaming DJing and things like that. I didn't see it as a job. It was, I would have been doing it. This is the way I look at it, especially gamers, right? And no offense to you, Jacinta, but part of me thinks you'd be playing games regardless of whether you were streaming those games or not. But you might not be playing quite as much, but you'd still be playing games because that's what we do in our spare time. It's our hobby, and that's what we're doing. I would still be playing games regardless of whether I was talking on about it on a podcast on a weekly basis or not. So I don't consider that a job because it's not a job. It's kind of just a hobby that people are monetizing. And to me, that's not a job. And you're saying you do 20 hours, but you might have been playing 10 to 15, 20 hours of gaming, regardless of whether you were doing it on Twitch or whether you weren't doing it on Twitch. So that would be my sort of counterpoint. And also what I pointed out last week, out of all those people who try to make it into a career, it's like 1%, 2% of people who actually managed to do it, which you've shown yourself just now, because you said you did it for months and made $50. I did it for however long. I made £35. So I became an affiliate too, and I did make cash off it. But it was kind of funny when I got it. I got an email saying we've just deposited 35 quid in your bank account. And I'm like, huh, who knew? But obviously, I definitely didn't see it as a job, even though I was doing it quite regularly over lockdown. It was just something to do and interact with people.
I mean, that's fine how you approach it that way. I think that there's some blowback from some people because there's an associate. I mean, I looked up job, and Oxford Languages says a job is a paid position of regular employment. So like, if you get paid, then according to that definition, like whatever. My writing books is a job, but it's not like, and so we, I think, associate the word job with work or meaningful work. And I think to Jacinta, this effort was meaningful work. She put in a lot of effort, and it didn't yield much cash, which is very frustrating. And I think your point, Stu, if I may paraphrase, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think your point is that it's not the same kind of work as more intense work, like teaching,
not even necessarily more
whatever.
intense. Well, not necessarily even more intense. I think it's more about, like value to reward. It's like, for instance, as we spoke about last week, we have junior doctors in this country whose starting wage is 35 grand a year, and they're saving lives every day. They're making sure that people don't die and get better when they've been injured or are ill or for whatever reason, right? They're doing what I consider a hugely valuable job for not great reward. Not great reward.
Agreed.
Yet some of these Twitch streamers who haven't even got a qualification, right, got famous because he smashed a TV up on YouTube, who are making hundreds of thousands of pounds a week for no value to society other than just entertaining people. And I think that's
right.
It's wrong.
Okay, but then by that same logic, couldn't the same be said about Jimmy Carr?
Well, yeah, yes and no. But again, he's worked his arse off in clubs and smoky pubs and God knows what to get to the position he was in. He didn't just get some lucky break because he smashed up a TV on stage.
Oh, agreed,
You know what I mean?
agreed. But
And
if
he
the
sits
point is
there
that it's
and
just
writes-
entertainment, then entertainment is entertainment. And
I guess.
if
And
somebody
I
has a
don't-
lucky break and they become a famous
Yeah.
comedian just because they were in the right place at the right time, I guess to me, I would say that entertainment provides something to society. And although
it
I
definitely
don't
does.
find Jackass or whatever it is to be very important to society, obviously people will like watching, other people playing video games. We rely on it for this show to get the Let's Plays. So, in that sense, I just think that I look at work as a very expansive definition. And I think that, I remember having people in school with me who were kind of fucking around and not doing much, but they were funny to be around. And so to an extent, I was like, I don't mind that this person's kind of leeching off of the school because they're not going to classes, they're not doing work, they're not getting a degree, they're not really adding to, but they were adding something socially. So I guess I feel like that's something that's
I don't think it's so much that it isn't. I'm not saying it's not a job, because it kind of is, because you do get paid. I think it's the discrepancy between how much they get paid for what they do compared to someone who's adding a lot of value to society, like you as a teacher and Jacinta as a teacher.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. And I'd say that the same is true.
I'm
therefore,
not getting that same sort of reward. Yeah, footballers are another prime example of
a lot
someone
of rappers don't really
earns
add
a
much to
hell
the
of a
world
lot
other
of
than
money.
like party fun songs.
Yeah,
and CEOs,
very
there's a lot of
little input.
CEOs that, you know, deserve to be in that category, and like middle managers and like pimps get a lot of money, and
Well,
the
they
women are doing
do.
all the freaking work.
Well, yes,
So
I
there's
mean, that's a
plenty
little
of
bit
people in that
extreme.
category
Well,
of
that's
like,
it. Can we
okay,
just say
so
that's
we agree.
illegal? That's an illegal thing where people get a lot of money for
Yeah,
doing
except in Amsterdam.
illegal activities. But yeah,
There's places in the world where it's legal.
I guess,
The
but that's
Sackler family, drug company execs, they're
not
not
kind
doing
of the
anything, they're
same.
just
Not
addicting
kind of the
people
same.
to opioids.
Not the same. It's not
All
the
right,
same as
so we're
social
ready for.
influence.
Okay, so we're ready for the next
say.
speak pipe then. Chinny, anything to add?
No.
Okay, stop being silly is the next speak pipe, and we're gonna hear what this says.
Uh-oh. Here comes a flock of wham-whams.
What the hell? Welcome to the Veteran Gamers.
What
where
the
you can
fuck is
record
that?
any random sound clip and just send it in a speak pipe, and we'll play it.
What the hell was
That was
he? What
very
the
strange.
hell was that even?
I think it's a clip from something, but I have no idea what.
I have not a
and
clue.
I don't think it makes sense to spend any time talking about
Nope.
it. So instead,
Move
we'll just
on.
move right along. The
Jesus
next
Christ.
sound pipe, speak pipe, is from Jacinta, and this one's 17 seconds.
Hi guys, I've just now realized that Australian humor is basically an abusive relationship, so that's fun. Also, lately I've been playing Genshin Impact pretty much exclusively, so send help.
Well, I played Genshin not long ago because I was curious to see if I would like it better the second time. And again, it had kind of that loot spam thing of like, here's a bunch of stuff, and here's this thing, and here's that thing. And I know that Gacha, especially, which Genshin is kind of based on that. So I can't be too salty, but it's definitely not my thing. So I don't know what she meant when she said Australian humor is based on domestic violence or something, or abusive relationship.
I have no idea.
Sorry, just
but it could be just because she sent another speak pipe prior to that, and I thought that's the one I'd sent you, but it isn't. There was two together, pretty much. So I've just sent you the other one. That she
Okay,
sent.
the other one.
There's three. She sent three altogether.
Oh my goodness, Jacinta's on a
I thought
roll.
it was only two,
so
and
this
there
is
were
the one
three.
in between.
This
those
is the
two
one in
then, I
between
guess.
those two.
Okay, maybe that would make more sense.
Yeah,
then.
maybe
Okay,
this will make more sense.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. This is a very weird speak pipe segment.
Hi guys, Jacinta again. Sorry if my last speak pipe seemed really mean, but Australian humor is basically the meaner you are to someone, the more it means that you love them. So when I mean to you,
Fuck
Stu,
off.
it's just because I love you.
Shut the hell up,
Okay.
Jacinta. Jesus, get it? See what we're doing?
See, that's why we were saying to Stu earlier when we were mean to him. We just love him.
Yeah, because abuse is
Fuck
always
you,
good.
Chinny, with your stupid, ugly face. Yeah.
And you're wrong. But you know what you are right about? Doki Doki Literature Club.
Ah, of course I am.
So it's definitely problematic in the whole anime
Thank
girls
you.
being sexualized thing.
Thank you.
But it is genuinely subversive in that that's the point. Like you're made to kind of participate in something and then kind of feel bad for it, and then it be then revealed to be problematic on a level that is kind of interesting. And I don't use that word lightly. Like, I mean, I've never played the Stanley Parable, or maybe I have at a demo or something, and I wasn't the biggest fan, but it didn't bother me quite so much as it seems to bother Duke. So that whole kind of really overt, subversive, ooh, we switched the things to make you feel the thing, may not be Duke's cup of tea. But I will say, like, it did genuinely kind of make me think, whoa, that's pretty interesting and all fucked. However, I've tried to replay it, and the amount of like actual visual novel bullshit boringness that you have to get through to get to the interesting part was not enough. So it's probably not Duke's cup of tea, but in Stu's defense, it is a good game. Yay.
There you go. There you go.
Yay.
I'll tell you that.
Well,
I'll tell you
that makes
so
the third one. Yeah.
that's kind of the abusive relationship, isn't it? Nice to someone, then you abuse them, then you're nice to them again. I get it. Just saying.
Yeah.
So,
There you go. But in an
Anyway.
abusive relationship, nobody ever says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm causing you pain. I'm going to stop."
Sometimes
Like,
they do.
actually,
Sometimes they don't mean it. They don't actually mean it, but they
actual-
sometimes say
no,
it.
but it's the thing is they don't learn from their mistakes and change their behavior.
No,
I'm
but they
trying to
try
do
and-
that.
They try and convince the victim that, you know, they are sorry and they're repentive about
Right,
it.
but that's
and
not
then-
what I'm doing.
But
What
then
I'm
they do
doing
it
is I'm
again.
trying
Then
to
they do it
change my
again because they
behavior.
can't help it. Can't help it. Okay.
I like to think that I can help it, and that I'm trying to do.
I'm
better.
not. I'm not
All right.
pointing this at you, Duke. I'm just saying that's
Okay,
what
cool.
tends to
As
happen
long
in
as we
general.
realize.
Okay.
Okay. So next one is from Saint Diesel. This one's called "Fool Me Once." You'll never guess what this next speak pipe he sent is called.
Yeah.
Hey, Veteran Gamers, it's St. Diesel back again.
Yay, Saint Diesel.
Just wanted to talk today about something that is still going on with me and eBay. Maybe just a little warning for people who are maybe selling things. I won't be giving any names here, but you'll understand why in a second. But last week I put something on eBay to sell with some DVDs and basically got £40 for them, sent them off, signed, sealed, delivered, all the rest of it. And I thought that's the end of it. Got the money, sent it second class signed for, and didn't really think much more about it. But on Friday, just 2 days ago, I got a message saying the buyer hadn't received them, and I thought, that was strange. Normally, Royal Mail is fairly good most of the time, and I checked online the tracking number, and it said that their parcel had been signed for on Tuesday, just 2 days after I'd sent it. And I've got until Tuesday to respond, but yesterday I did respond to the buyer saying, you know, it was delivered to your correct address and it was signed for, and I'm waiting for something to come back. And I could be wrong, but I think they're trying to scam me out of the money, wanting to get their money back and keep the DVDs. But I just wondered, have you been involved in any scams online recently, and how did you deal with them? And I'll leave it at that until next time.
I sold something
well.
on eBay and they claimed that it didn't get there, and I posted it and everything. I didn't track it, and they got their money
You
back.
had no way to prove that it had been delivered.
Didn't, yeah.
That
And I
sucks.
posted them, and they left a massive negative review going, oh, blah blah blah, and yeah, I'm like,
Because that's
that's like, I mean, maybe it got like the only thing I can think of
Yeah.
it was ice skates, Stu.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. So the only thing I can think of is that because they're a blade, maybe
Obfuscated or something.
they got caught up. But
no
I don't know.
idea.
I just feel like
That
that's
would be
like just a bit weak. But yeah, he basically got his money back.
And
I-
it sucks
I
because
lost them.
you're in a no-win situation there. Like you can't prove that it
No.
got delivered and you don't know for sure that it got delivered. You suspect probably,
Yeah.
but eBay is going to default to the person who's
Yeah.
complaining. I think in that situation.
So if anything,
which is very
I'm
bad.
selling a bunch of lights on eBay at the moment, and the expensive ones, I'm like tracking them because I ain't making that mistake.
Yeah, I
again.
must admit, I do the same, especially if it's something expensive. You know, I've sold 2 DJ controllers that went, and one of them went for nearly 500 quid. So
Yeah.
it went for a lot of money. So that was sent tracked by DHL or
Yeah.
whoever. You know what I mean? I weren't messing around with just sending that thing off, and it cost me. You know, I put it on the cost of the item, and I think I put it at about 15 quid, and it cost about 14 quid to send it. So it wasn't too bad. But that was fully tracked and photograph on delivery and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've come to realize the other thing that I hadn't realized when I first started selling stuff on eBay is if you don't do tracking, they don't pay you. Because as soon as that's signed for, you get your money. Otherwise, you have to wait about 3 weeks to get your cash out. So I realised it's much easier to send stuff second-class tracked and get your money than it is to just send it standard delivery. So apart from a bit of security, it also gets your money a bit quicker as well. So yeah, I should imagine Derek will be fine though, because he's got proof of delivery. They can't turn around and say they didn't get them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully eBay
So
will
hopefully
take
it's
that.
fine.
I mean, who knows? Yeah. That's just a big pain in the neck, especially when it's something like DVDs. Like if he did in fact get them and the person got them and then they're like, I'm going to see if I can get my money back. Like, that's just the saddest thing ever. Like, oh God, what kind of loser needs to be doing that?
There you go.
There
We have
you
got
go.
another. He's got another one though. We've got a follow-up
Yes,
feedback.
this one's
Maybe
called "Fool Me Twice."
Maybe this is good
See what he
news.
did there? I hope
Yeah.
so, but it sounds like maybe he got burned again.
Don't know. Let's hope
Hey,
not.
Retro Gamers, it's St. Diesel back again with a quick follow-up to my last speak pipe, which I sent earlier today. About an hour and a half, 2 hours after my last speak pipe, I did get a response from the person who I sent the DVDs to, and they're still insisting that they didn't receive the DVDs, even though if you go to the Royal Mail website, someone did sign for the DVDs, the package, and the address and postcode on the receipt, which I double checked, and on the website were correct. So seemingly someone at the address given by this buyer signed for the DVDs, but they're insisting they know nothing about it. They said they've asked their neighbours. Apparently no one's claiming any responsibility.
Bollocks.
So I've left it in the hands of eBay, and I'm all for buyer protection, but it's a good possibility that I might have to refund the £40 that I got, and I'm left without my DVDs, of course. It's very unlikely they're going to turn back up at my address because someone did sign for them. So just a bit of a warning to people out there, if it happens to you. I hope that the DVDs do turn up, but I don't think they're going to. They did have my return address on them, but I just wanted to give you a quick follow-up and just as a little bit of a cautionary tale for anyone selling stuff on eBay, and I'll leave it there.
Yeah, sorry, dude. That really stinks.
I would have said, in my opinion, at this point, I would have thought that eBay will potentially pay the customer and pay Derek with a bit of luck. I would have thought they'd have.
That would be the best thing for them to do.
Because if they've signed for those, I think he needs to. Obviously, I don't know. I'm assuming he's emailed eBay as well about this. But if he's not, Derek, I would advise you to email eBay as well and explain the situation and say, you know, they've clearly been signed for. There's evidence that they've been signed for. So as far as I'm concerned, they've been delivered regardless of what the buyer's saying. You know what I mean? Because it
raises the question,
somewhere.
like eBay ought to have a standard that everybody agrees to beforehand. Because look, it is possible that, you know, if somebody just drops the package off and then someone else takes it off your porch, then yeah, you didn't get it, but it did get delivered. But this sounds like a different situation because if someone signed for it, they're not going to let your neighbor sign for it. Or, I mean, I suppose somebody could just be waiting near the house, and then when the mail shows up, they come out as if they live there.
That's how I spend most of my days, to be honest.
I don't know why they do that. Mind you, I guess when they did it.
I mean, he doesn't know what's going to be in the
I was going to say, they wouldn't know. They might
That's the thrill. That's the thrill.
I guess.
That's what I live for, is that thrill.
I know people do take things off of porches like that.
Sometimes it's a bunch of DVDs. Sometimes it's a slow cooker. Sometimes it's a Hoover. You just don't know what you're getting.
You don't know what
Baby
you're going to get.
soul.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Derek.
I mean,
that's why I don't sell things.
That's my
I mean,
job.
I've never really
but
sold anything online.
That's my
I just sell
job. But
things
does Stu class that as a job that I hang out at other people's houses and wait for
I'm
eBay?
not sure that's a job.
It pays well. It pays well. It's a great job.
Yeah.
All right, are we done? Is this over? Are we doing?
I think we're done.
Shout outs. Speak
Yeah, I think
outs.
we're doing some shout outs and then we'll
shout
get the hell
pipes.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
It's time
do
for
that.
shout pipes.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
But do you know what? I'm going to start by shouting out Jacinta. Look, we can agree to
Yeah.
disagree. You have your opinion, I have my opinion, but I still love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. We have
Yeah.
opinions like ourselves. We've all got one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whether you agree,
Right.
you know, and part of what we do here is to sort of encourage that sort of debate. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether I agree or disagree with what you're saying. You know, it encourages conversation about stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the best conversation is the dialectic, where we can build on what the other person says and say, oh,
Exactly.
okay, I agree with that point, and let me add this, or what about this perspective and so forth.
Well,
So that's really
I massively
my ultimate
disagree
goal.
with Stu saying like YouTube is not a job, and I was like, I just massively disagree. It's just
That's fine.
crazy
That's
to me.
that's everyone has their own opinion, don't they? And we agree to disagree, and we have our own.
But
opinion.
mine's wrong, Stu, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it just happens to mine's right and yours is wrong. Nobody's right in this situation, Chinny. We just have our own opinions on stuff.
Okay, any other shout outs there, Stu?
I'm going to shout out Chinny for being so.
Okay,
fixed in
I'm
his
going to
opinion.
shout out. I have a real shout out. I'm going to shout out Amar because we were trading Brooklyn Nine-Nine stuff this week, and I will shout out the Duchess because she's making some gumbo tonight, and I'll shout out. I'm going to shout out Antonio because he said he had some thoughts about this whole thing, but I said, there's always speak pipe, and then he never speak piped. And I'll shout out people on Reddit who helped me out with Diablo stuff. So yeah, shout out to everybody on Reddit except the horrible people which is most of Reddit. And shout out to the schmucks on Rocket League who go online to spread their misery and toxicity. I can't stand y'all. Fucking leave me alone. Have fun or play something else. Those are my shout outs.
Have you ever thought
Brilliant.
about playing something else?
I have, but then I think of all the good times I've had in Rocket League and I go back for more.
It's like a drug.
Fun game. It is a drug. It's
It
very
is a
much
drug.
a drug.
Very addictive.
Probably the thing to which I am most unhealthily addicted.
It's true.
What are you most unhealthily addicted to, Stu?
Not a lot, really.
I think it's biscuits for me.
Is it biscuits? No, I don't think I'm sort of
It's pretty mild addictions as they go.
addicted.
I don't know. You should see how many biscuits I
Rocket
eat.
League biscuits.
You should
Well,
see
it
how many
depends on
biscuits
how many you eat,
I have a 20 an
Yeah,
hour.
but I mean, the evidence in terms of
20
your,
what do you have,
physique
Chinny?
and facial greasiness are not too bad.
A 20-a-day habit, is that what you
Yeah, I
have?
have 20. Oh, yeah. I had 5.
20 a day,
I had
20 a day.
5 malted milks before we started the show. 5.
Did you?
Yeah.
Blimey.
It's like an addiction.
No, I don't. Do you know what? I don't think there's much. I don't really have weirdly, as a video gamer, I don't have a massively addictive personality as far as that goes. I could easily go for a week and not play any games if I wanted to, without any problems. But I like
I've been doing that for months.
I know, yeah, exactly. But I like doing stuff that I find entertaining, I guess. So I play games in that case, or I do a bit of mixing, or you know what? I am quite addicted to, which is a weird one, and it is connected to DJing, but not necessarily
Frog
DJing.
collecting. Frog throwing.
Finding interesting edits of songs. So I'm finding something that I've not, like an edit of a song that I haven't heard before, or like something.
Yeah,
like
but are you addicted to a point where
I love house music.
Are you addicted to the point of guys like Stu? Stop it.
No.
Stop trying to find
to
that
bed.
mix.
It's midnight.
Why you
No.
find that
I
mix
know there's
again?
a
You'll
better
never
one
do
out
it. You'll
I
never
know,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just one more look.
No, I mean, sometimes I could quite easily sit there for, a good hour or two just looking through new tracks or just scanning old stuff and trying to find something that I haven't heard before. I'm like, oh, that's cool, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, oh, that's a really cool version of that. So there you go. I don't know. But that's probably about as far as it goes. But even then, I don't do that all the time. I'm not like, oh, I've got to look what's the newest release today. And I don't always like that either because that's what everybody's playing. So I always try and find something interesting that maybe people can relate to or something cool that people haven't heard before. You know what I mean? But I've got to mix in a few popular tunes that people know to try and keep them listening. Because it is difficult. It's difficult introducing people to new stuff because they don't always want to listen to
Electricity will keep us warm.
Exactly.
I tried listening to bloody Kendrick Lamar, Duke.
Which one?
Okay.
I don't know. Like everybody, I don't know. But like
I don't know.
I put it on Spotify. I put Kendrick Lamar in, and I'm like, it's hard work trying to like him. I don't know. Everybody
I mean,
loves him.
he's not. But here's the thing. I feel like Damn is my favorite album by him because I feel like it's a good mix of nice sounding music and then like deep content. There's aesthetics and then there's the content. So it's the way it sounds and then there's the way what he's saying. And there's no accounting for aesthetics. Like you like it or you don't. Like the end.
It's
And if
just
you don't
it's
like
like
it, you don't like it.
ba ba da da ba da oh ba ba da da ba da. Then I went out of the thing, and then I did that. what? It's like,
he's
it's like-
very much all over the place.
It's all
he
over
is
the
very
place.
all about.
I can't
moving
enjoy it. I'm
very
like,
quickly
oh,
from one idea
it's
to
getting
another.
good. It's getting good, and then it's like, is this a different song? No, it's
Yeah,
the
what the
same.
hell
Even
is
DNA is yeah. Well, that's the thing too. In my hip hop class, like I'll play tracks from the '90s, and a lot of times the students will be like, "The beat doesn't change at any point in the song." I'm like, most songs the beat doesn't change, like except for Bohemian Rhapsody and fucking Boston. Like you're not gonna. Most songs just have one beat.
Yeah,
Don't ever listen to Blue Room
it's
by
very-
the Orb.
it's-
Goddamn,
I'm blue.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
a great
What a-
song, but it's
what a,
you know,
I
40
don't even know
minutes
that
of
it's
the
an
same
EP,
beat.
album. It's just one
Yeah.
song, is it? It's
Right.
just one
Yeah,
longest
right.
song ever released.
Anyway, but I hear you, Chinny. I think young people are more into like, you know, music that changes a lot. I feel like it may be partly a reflection of the TikTokification.
yeah,
of
people
the
haven't got the
entertainment spectrum.
attention
Like,
span, have they? To
we-
say.
we're ready for new things all the time.
I feel like that's. I don't buy that. I don't buy it.
Maybe not.
I don't buy
YouTube
it.
generation, man.
I just think it sounds awful. And one of my favorite rappers, I know he's not very popular, but I love Kanye, and he does it now, and he's doing it. Well, he's been doing it for like 10 years, and like.
Right.
Like he caught it, whatever this fucking disease is, where hip hop artists like decided to like stop their track and start talking and then do something else.
Right,
Like he caught that same disease, and I'm like, oh god. And I was listening to Kanye's new album, Vultures, and I was like, just play a fucking song, Kanye. Just
Yeah, right.
stop
No,
it.
I'm with you. But I mean, you know, let's be fair. Public Enemy had an album called Music in Our Mess Age, and like it's all over the place sonically, moving from one concept to another very quickly. And there's some songs that are 30 seconds, there are some that are, you know, a good 5 minutes, sort of a standard track type thing. But, you know, I think it has to be done very, very well. And I feel like when people do it, like Kendrick, they are exhibiting a kind of jazz aesthetic in the music that people feel they have to appreciate. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think Backseat Freestyle, that's the one where he's like, all my life, I want money and power, respect my mind, or wind up with lead showers. I wish my dick could get big as the Eiffel Tower so I can fuck that world for 72 hours. Like, that's like a funny song. But I don't know that there's a lot of meat and potatoes in there in terms of like actual content.
Yeah, and he's all he's doing now. He's
Whereas
like,
other
he's feuding with Drake a lot now. I'm like, I can't be
Right,
fucking
yeah,
bothered.
yeah. Well, and I've never really
I
been
think,
following that.
you know, I think part of the problem is TikTok, because I think people structure songs to use as snippets in TikTok videos.
Yeah, but they never bloody
Well,
Kendrick
and-
Lamar songs though.
No, I don't think they probably do. But
And
I think
Kendrick's not going to
everybody's-
really aim toward that, but I do think
No.
a lot of musicians are going that way. But also, it started with ringtones. Like
Yeah.
ringtones were a way of making money off of music that didn't require 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
But
It was
I've
like
discovered a lot
20-second
of
clips or-
music because of TikTok. Like I don't mind that. Like
Sure.
I've found some nice songs that I'm like, oh, I like that because that's on that TikTok trend, and that's
And
a
it
good
goes
song.
back to advertising. Like I remember the first time I heard Telepop Music's song "Breathe" was in a fucking Mitsubishi commercial, and I hate commercials, but I love that song. And as soon as I heard it, I'm like, damn, I need to find this. So you know, it's a mixed bag. The whole impression.
Anyway,
of
just to say,
music.
talking of music, I've got an album recommendation for this week.
Go
Album
on.
recommendation, which is Beth Gibbons' new album. Who
Oh,
was
that name,
the?
is she from Portishead?
She is the lead singer of Portishead. She's
Yeah,
released an album that's been a long time in the making, apparently.
Is it good? Is it better than Everything But the Girls' last album? Because that was so painful, man. It hurt my feelings.
No, this is really, really good. It's a bit folky. It's kind of cool. I like it. It's a bit dark.
I like her.
Some cool
She's got
lyrics.
skill.
Give it a listen, Beth Gibbons. I can't
I'm
remember.
gonna
what the
add it to my new albums right now.
Beth Gibbons. I can't remember what the
Search.
album's called. Yeah,
Beth
you can tell me
Gibbons.
now. You're going to tell me because it's just come out.
Beth Gibbons.
There
Lives Outgrown.
That's the one. Lives Outgrown.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna add it to new albums.
Get a listen.
New albums.
Good.
There, it's added. Boom.
There you go.
All right, are we done? I think this
I
is
think we're
over. Chinny,
done.
did you do shout outs?
Shout out to the baby,
Baby. Yeah, Rosa.
Rosa. Yeah, that's all.
Her name is not Rosa. Her name is MC Rosa.
MC Rosa.
All right, we're finished. That's it.
Yeah,
Thanks
we're
for
done.
listening, everybody.
Thank you
Yes.
for listening.
Where is that?
See you next
Oh, yeah, there we
week.
go.
Thank you, get on, much love. All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Won't you watch TV. Dirty love's no good to me.
There's a line between entertaining and annoying.
No, that's a myth.
I know you love that sound effect.
I
Dave,
hate it. I'm just
but
saying.
I
hate it with
I
a
hate it
passion.
so much.
It's awful.
Yeah, I know. I'm
It's
sorry.
a bit much. It's
I'm
a bit
not
much.
too sorry because I'm gonna keep playing it. It's
Oh,
yes,
God.
that's the point.
Wow.
Ricky Gervais once said that only when someone's holding a drill, the only person in the room who's happy is the person holding the drill. Same
That's
with whistling.
true. It's absolutely
So
true.
that's- Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, we all hate whistling too.
Yeah. Well, it's like The Office.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds. No props that make noises. They cannot stop using them.
I can't stop. Speaking of
We
addictions.
know. We can't stop using those.
Yeah.
Odd. Anyway.
Yes, I did find new sound effects since you listened last, Sean Teal. You're welcome.
Yeah, he did, unfortunately for us.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grade these papers here because I got some stuff to get done before tomorrow. So have a good week, everybody.
Yeah, same. So,
Okay,
have a
okay.
good
See
one.
you next time.
I've
Oh, what
got-
are we doing for Play My Game?
I've added Beth Gibbons.
See you later, Mr. Chin.
I've added Beth Gibbons to my.
Play My Game.
I don't know whether you like it, Mike. I don't know whether it's your sort of thing, but you can give it a go.
I don't know. What
Play
do you
My
want to
Game?
do? Play my
What are we
game.
doing
What's
for
my
Play My
play my
Game?
game?
I don't know. Have a look. Just a minute. What is on? Hold up.
Recently added
Just don't.
Immortals of Avenum.
I'm never going to pick one again because
Ants
I
of
picked Kona.
Seminar.
I picked
You know,
Kona. That was awful. And then we
And
played the
look where it got
sequel. That
us.
was worse.
I don't think the
Little
sequel
Kitty,
was
Big City?
worse.
I thought
Oh.
it was worse.
What about Little Kitty, Big City?
Big City.
It looks really
Or
stupid.
what about Have a Nice Death?
That sounds interesting. I don't mind.
What is
Have a
that?
Nice Death.
Oh, Have a Nice
Okay.
Death looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty cool.
Okay, let's do Have a Nice Death. You
Have a
heard it
Nice
here,
Death.
folks. Play it for next time. Have a nice death.
Let's
All right,
say
and have a nice
Death.
week.
Have a nice week.
Yeah, have a nice
Have a nice week.
Yeah, have
Hopefully
a
you
nice
don't die.
death. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Weird one.
Peace out.
Okay, see you later.
See you.